Hey, welcome into the stream. For everybody joining on YouTube, and for those of you who have already tuned in on TikTok, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for giving me some of your time by showing up to tune into the live stream. If you've never been here before, let me quickly describe to you what we do. We debate Trump supporters. We try to get people from the wrong side history to the anti-Trump side history. Seriously, I mean, the worst president of your life. Like, no doubt in my mind. I don't think that there's any redeeming qualities to the Trump administration. Every single opportunity they have to fuck America over and hurt us in some way, they take it. So that's what we're about. We debate people that disagree with us to try to change their mind. And every single day before we hop into the debates, I always like to go over some breaking news. And today's breaking news is that Donald Trump is going full on dictator mode to try to distract from the release of the Epstein files. This happened last night at midnight. He went on Truth Social and he posted this. He says, quote unquote, Stephen Colbert is a pathetic train wreck with no talent or anything else necessary for show business. Now, after being terminated by CBS but left out to dry, he's actually gotten worse along his non-existent ratings. He is running on hatred and fumes, a dead man walking. CBS should put him to sleep now. It's the humanitarian thing to do. He then went on to say that if network newscasts and their late night shows are almost 100% negative to President Donald J. Trump, MAGA, and the Republican Party, shouldn't their very valuable broadcast licenses be terminated? I say yes. So in other words, what Donald Trump is saying here is that if you don't think too highly of him, if you run a show, maybe very similar to mine, but, you know, in association with a news broadcasting network that has a broadcast license through the FCC, he doesn't think that you should be on air. He thinks what you're doing is illegal. And this is totally, like, tyrannical as shit. Okay, don't get it twisted. Don't get it confused. For the president to say that the media, the realm of discourse and public opinion should not be one where we can freely exchange our thoughts, ideas for critique, for argument, or for education, but rather that the media should merely be a reflection of what he wants and how he sees himself, leaving him to be the ultimate determinator of what's true and what's false, what's reasonable and what's unreasonable. He just wants to be a dictator. I mean, that's about as tyrannical as it could get insofar as, you know, the first step towards government-controlled mass media. And I think, here's my thing. I think this is a distraction, all right? I mean, we've heard Trump say this before, and I think as of recently, we've been seeing Donald Trump have these outbursts very conveniently timed when there's something else going on in this country that the news is reporting on, and he wants to distract away from that. So I think that he knows that it's like really insane to advocate for state-controlled media. It's really insane for the president to say that they want to be able to be the final determining factor of what goes on air and what doesn't. So he's saying that, so then the media will report on it and distract away from the Epstein files. Distract away from the woman that told the FBI and the New York City Police Department that Donald Trump paid to grape her when she was 13 in 1984. Distract away from the other woman that told the FBI that she was also raped by Trump, impregnated. Then Donald Trump watched her biological father kill that newborn at Lake Michigan. To distract away from the letter that seemingly Epstein sent to Larry Nassar, another PDF, saying that Donald Trump shared their affiliation for young sexually attractive girls. So I think that we're going to talk about it all, right? You know, because apparently Donald Trump's response to getting outed as possibly, you know, having our guest left. You know, they didn't like what I was saying. Our guest left. Having him getting outed. His response is just to say, well, actually, I want to be a dictator and control the media. So, all right, guys, we're going to go and hop into those debates for the day. You know, we actually did have our very first Trump supporter of the day tuned in, and he said he was patient, but he actually left while we were going over the breaking news. So that's very interesting. Hello.
Wait, am I here now?
You are. Do you support Trump?
Hello. No, I don't. I just want to say keep doing your thing.
Hey.
And I'm not really into politics.
Ripsy, I appreciate that, man. That's incredibly kind of you. Show some love to Ripsy down below in that chat. One thing I will ask is if you happen to be one of the 7.1 thousand people that have tuned into our live stream in the last 9 minutes, we literally just started it. Only up inside of the guest requests if you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Today, we don't have as long as we usually do. We usually go live for 4 hours. Today, we're only going to be live for around 3 hours and 20 minutes. Because I have a little bit of a Christmas party to go to later at my grandma's. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun, but it does require me to cut my live stream a little bit short. So I will politely ask you guys to try to do your best to respect the rules. And for all the Parker Raiders coming in, welcome in, guys. Good to see you all. I think that actually Parker will be joining us for a little bit of a co-host, and he hopefully will be doing that soon. But in the meantime, let's go to move on to the next guest, Neff. And once again, for everybody new, I said this a couple minutes ago, but I want to say it again. Merry Christmas! Very low chance I'm going to be on live tomorrow, so I wanted to tell you today. I hope that you have a good holiday season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hey, what's up? Do you support Trump? Neff, do you support Trump?
So I was hearing you like twice. I had you on YouTube. Yes, I do support Trump.
Okay, how old are you, man?
Years old.
I didn't hear you. You left the app. Do you want to repeat yourself?
I said I'm 30 years old.
30 years old. Well, Neff, take it away. Tell us how the hell you still support, literally, undeniably, the worst president of your lifetime by far.
That's debatable. It's not about I support him as a person. Obviously, there's a lot of things as being a convicted felon and all the stuff, the negative parts of it. I do support a lot of the policies, though. I want to focus more on the policy instead of the person.
Well,
right? Because
yeah, we could go over what's important to you. I think that, his personal characteristics make him disqualified from serving as our president. The position in the office of the presidency is a position of public service. I think he's incapable at public service because he only cares about himself, and he's proved his apathy through many of the things that he's done over the years. I'm sure you hear me talk about those things all the time, though. So the mic's yours. Tell us, what is your favorite Donald Trump policy?
I don't like how he's handling immigration, but I do believe that we need immigration enforcement.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he's going about it and separating the families, but I do believe that the Democratic Party should not have let so many people flooded in to the country to get them fast tracked for citizenship. That way they can get more votes because they knew they were losing to the more popular Donald Trump. Now, the reason why Donald Trump is president is because we do live in a democratic society and people did vote for him. And to say that, he doesn't deserve to be president because he's a convicted felon and other things like that, yeah, true, but we still voted him in. So the argument should also be made that the Democratic side, the people who are Democrats and, wanted Kamala to win, they all needed to come out and support that. So for her to win over Trump.
Okay, so in response to your first point, I asked you what your favorite Trump policy is, and the first 3 words that came out of your mouth were, I don't like. So I think it's funny that you're going to sit here and say that you're going to ignore his terrible character, ignore the fact that he's a rapist, ignore the fact that he's a felon, ignore the fact that, he's involved in the Epstein files in many ways that we've gone over already on the stream once. You probably heard me, because you think his policy is so good. But then when I ask you what your favorite policy is, the first thing you say is, well, I don't really like how he's doing it. So, it really seems like you're not a fan of his character or his policy, and you just hold something against the Democrats. Now, in response to your second argument, saying, well, the people voted for him, sure, the people voted for him, but that doesn't mean that, therefore, he was the best option. That doesn't mean that, therefore, he's going to do what's in the best interest of this country. I think what that means is that the average American was uninformed and succumbed to misinformation. And I don't think that's true either. I don't think that because somebody voted for Trump, that therefore Trump's presidency is in their better interests. Think about it. The average American voted for Trump in the last election. That's true because he won the popular vote, okay? And he's not beneficial to the average American. He doesn't do what is in their best interest. In fact, all the policies passed so far has hurt them. The big beautiful bill hurt the working class. All right, it hurt the average American.
No. Because here's my debate to that. Right, is the fact that yes, if you're looking at it from that perspective, I don't agree with that because you can't speak for the average American when you don't know what they're going through. So my perspective,
I can't speak for the impact of his policy on the average American.
If people didn't have if people have responsibility, take accountability for themselves. If they work, they make an average amount of money, let's just say $50,000 a year, right? But they don't go crazy spending. They learn to, manage their expenses. They learn to spend their money, pay their bills, and not do excess spending. They don't need to rely on the government to be able to pass policies that support what they need to do.
This is what's gonna lose you the midterms. So when you like discover the fact that Donald Trump's big beautiful bill is reducing the purchasing power of the working class, then when you discover that Donald Trump's puppets in Congress, all the Republicans, refused to renew an ACA subsidy and allowed it to expire, which is now increasing the healthcare premiums by upwards of 300% for 45 million Americans, including a lot of them in the working class. When your response is, "Hey, like Donald Trump has fucked you over, he's hurt you a lot, but I think it's time you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you just stop spending money on things that you need." That is what is going to lose the Republicans the midterms. That is why Democrats are outperforming in special elections. That's why now a Democrat is won the mayoral race in Miami, Florida for the first time in 30 years. That's why we're able to win a seat in deep red Georgia, deep red Tennessee. Okay, that's why we're able to absolutely destroy in Virginia. That's why Zohran Mamdani won the mayoral race in New York City because of a platform of affordability. I think it's time that you take accountability for who you voted for, and then the platform you voted for takes accountability as well for fucking over the average American instead of shifting that blame onto the average American. Okay? It's not their fault that Donald Trump made their healthcare more expensive. It's not their fault that Donald Trump is making their energy more expensive by rolling back clean energy subsidy credits. It's not their fault that Donald Trump is taking their purchasing power away. It's not their fault that they're being disproportionately taxed now with this new regressive system under the tariffs, having to pay more for the things that they need. And it's certainly not their fault that Donald Trump is plummeting investment into American industries, reducing our productive capacities, slimming GDP growth, and causing 1.3 million layoffs, the most in a single year, ignoring the pandemic since the early 2000s. So don't act like it is.
I can speak on my own, benefits that I did receive as, voting for him, is that my life has gotten significantly improved under the Republicans, I should say primarily, because he's not the only Republican that's in charge, right? The policies that were passed has helped me with my own portfolio in the stock market. I've been able to work more. I've been able to save more money. I've been able to grow my own net worth by working hard, by investing, by looking at the trends of the policies that he's passed so I can be more progressive in my own life.
So what policies has he passed that just really, really help you grow and expand your wealth? Which ones?
The tariffs, that wouldn't necessarily the tariffs, tariffing other countries, the prices of international stocks went up. And even domestic stocks went up.
The prices.
So investing into the ETFs,
we would not
price of ETFs.
We would not expect international stocks to go up.
But it did.
Which ones? No. Come back to TikTok. Which ones went up because of the tariffs? Like, I mean, I wouldn't expect.
VXUS Vanguard went up. I'm up. Pacific.
Wait, you think that you think that a Vanguard ETF, right, is like specifically like an international stock of foreign producers? What the fuck? I'm asking you for like a single. I'm asking you for like a single company. Like a single stock.
No, I don't invest.
Not
I don't
an
invest
ETF.
in single stocks. I invest in ETFs.
Okay, well,
because
ETF,
that's a broad spectrum.
Yeah, exactly. An
ETF
isn't going to be a good measure, right, of like the impact of Trump's policy. Because point number one, that's like a broad, diverse portfolio, and point number two, right, it's managed by Vanguard, and like they're multi-millionaire financial advisors with degrees from Harvard, right, that know when it's time to cut something from that portfolio or add it based upon assumed projections and expectations of future performance in accordance with the policy laid out by the administration, right? Yes, I expect ETFs to continue to perform well, and I don't expect ETFs' performance to be resemblant of the policy passed by Trump. Go ahead and unmute though. You tried to say ETFs. Come on.
I mean, like I said, the policies under both times when he was president, I've been doing more progressive in my life.
So how did Donald Trump's tariffs make your ETFs go up?
The policies that passed, the stock market went up. Especially, and you want to talk about individual stocks.
What specifically caused it? What specifically did he do?
There was a one weekend on a Friday where he was like, "You need to buy these stocks. Invest in the American stock market because it's going to go up." That Monday, it was an incredible increase from that one Friday where he said to buy.
Are you talking about the Thursday when he imposed tariffs on every other country in the world? Then the S&P 500 went down by 7%, and then the Monday following that Thursday when he repealed those tariffs and the market bounced back.
Yes, exactly. I took my own right now. Listen. I know you're laughing because you're not understanding my perspective, right?
So
Regardless
basically,
if you're
what you're telling us is that you support Trump because Trump likes to crash the market, engage in insider trading, tell you to buy in, and then repeal his policy that crashed the market, thereby making it rebound. Dude, oh my God. You
yes,
know
and then
what?
I
Think
benefited
about it
from
this
that,
way. Think about it this way. Do you remember the
which
financial
is
crash
something
of
I wasn't
2000?
able to do.
Do you remember?
It was I
Yeah,
wasn't able
yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Because
saying. Yeah.
because guess what? No other president is corrupt as Trump and will crash the market, tell you to buy, break the law, then repeal their policy that crashed the market in the first place. Listen, do you remember
So
the
you're
financial
saying that
crash?
for me personally,
Do
as
you
a voter
remember?
who voted for
Do
that,
you remember
is
the
that
you? Oh yes,
beneficial
you
for me? So
voted for insider trading.
I need
You
to vote
voted. Wait, wait,
against
wait.
my
I
own
just want to
interests.
clarify.
No, no,
You voted for insider trading. That's your
no,
argument.
I did not vote for that. No,
Wait,
that's
wait.
not my
How's that
argument.
not insider trading? Because he has insider knowledge of the fact that he's going to remove these tariffs in other countries around the world, causing that market to rebound. How's that not insider trading? Definitionally
I'm not
speaking,
denying
of
that.
course it
I'm not
is.
denying that. I'm not denying that.
Okay, okay. So
But
you
I'm
accept.
just saying
So
that
you accept the
yes, I
argument.
accept that.
So
I do.
therefore you accept the argument that you are granting, insofar as why you think that Donald Trump is a good president, amounts to Donald Trump being guilty of a crime.
I never said that he was a good president. I said that I benefited from him being president.
You benefit from Trump's crimes.
I don't know about crimes. He hasn't been convicted of insider trading,
Well,
but I do
well, I mean, he
benefit from his
literally. Well,
policy
so he
for things that
literally.
he's been doing in office.
He literally tried to coup our government and rig the outcome of the 2020 election, and he was never convicted of that. I think that he gets away with quite a bit because of the presidential immunity clause passed by the Supreme Court. He could kind of do whatever he wants. I mean, dude, he literally committed war crimes in the South Caribbean, and he's not even been convicted of
Until
that.
he's convicted, though, is not. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the letter of the law, though.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
disagree.
not-
I disagree. We know that he committed war crimes in the South Caribbean. That's a fact. I could give you the evidence.
Are you saying against Venezuela?
Yes. Well, I mean, against Venezuela, against wherever the boats were coming
drug
from.
traffickers.
I think that they were
Yes.
coming from Venezuela.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's
Yeah,
still to be
so
Do you
that's-
accept Trump's felonies?
No, I don't. I don't.
Oh, so
I don't
you don't
believe
even
he should-
accept if he's convicted?
No. Listen. Hold on.
Wait, you just said if he was convicted, you'd accept it.
No. You. I think in your live, you were saying that he was convicted, and I do believe that convicted felons should not be able to run for president. I do firmly believe that. I'm not denying that. Okay?
Trump is a convicted
but-
felon, therefore he shouldn't be allowed to run for presidency, right?
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But he's not president because he got the popular vote. But now we need to be able to put people in power in all three offices of the government to be able to hold things accountable. But that starts with the people taking accountability for who they voted for.
So you need to take accountability for voting for Trump, and you regret that that's a decision that you made.
I don't regret the decision I made. I'm saying the other people that come to your guys' platforms, right?
I'm sorry, can I
may
pause
or
you
may
there
not
real quick?
regret. Go ahead.
Crystal, thank you for the
So-
devoted heart.
You don't regret your vote, yet you sat here and said that you don't think he should even be able to run for president in the first place? You think it should be banned for him to run for president, but you don't regret voting for him?
What
Yes.
the fuck?
Because he's already in.
Dude, this
so
guy's
my logic is
stupid.
hold on. My logic is
When you
that
voted
if he's
for him, was
already
he
in the
already in?
office,
Do you
if
think Kamala Harris should be disqualified from being able to run?
No.
Okay, so
Why should
Kamala
she be
Harris is
disqualified?
not disqualified to run. Donald Trump is disqualified to run, but he would vote for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris? What?
Because I can. Like you guys are like shaking your head.
Dude,
but if I'm legally allowed to vote,
I'll tell you why
and
we're
he's-
shaking
he's
our
on
head.
He's on the ballot.
I'll tell you why.
And
I'll
he's
tell you
in-
why.
And he won the.
Let me tell you why we're
public
shaking our
vote.
head. One moment.
Okay.
Just take a breath. The reason why we're laughing at you is because we understand that legally he's not disqualified to run. The Constitution doesn't limit a felon from running for the office of the presidency. But in accordance with your values, you're arguing that he should have been disqualified from running. So in accordance with your own values, you shouldn't have voted for him due to the fact that you don't think that he should have been able to even run in the first place. If I own a business and I'm trying to hire a new employee to, I don't know, do something I need, and I have a specific set of qualifications that I need from any applicant for that position of employment. And let's just say one of those qualifications is the possession of a four-year bachelor degree from a university. And then all of a sudden, if I have two options, one has a bachelor's degree, the other doesn't have a bachelor's degree, and I require a bachelor's degree without any other information, in virtue of that fact, I should not pick the one who doesn't have the bachelor's degree and pick the one who does. And we just got suspended on TikTok for misinformation. What? For what? What did I even say? What did I even say? I didn't say anything. Oh my God. Hey, Parker.
What the fuck just happened?
I got suspended for misinformation.
For what?
I don't know.
That's the same thing my account got taken down on. You should just go back on your account. I think you're gonna lose it.
Oh, yeah. So I have the account warning. So if I don't get this appealed, then yeah, then I can't go on the main account for a long time.
Okay, we gotta contact TikTok, bro.
Yeah. What do you? Okay. What could I possibly have said that could be taken as misinformation?
I genuinely don't know. Like, I don't think it was a guest violation.
No, it was me.
What? Well, it was
Oh.
a guest violation. I don't think you said anything that could be qualified as misinformation. Like, genuinely, I have no clue, chat. I have no clue.
On.
Yeah, like, you just started live, like, literally 10 minutes ago, right?
Yeah, that was the first guest.
That's really weird. Maybe the felonies?
Wait, maybe talking about how he tried to steal the outcome of the 2020 election?
Maybe.
Oh!
What is it?
I think I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess and say that it was about the 2020 election.
Dude, is it like Trump is contacting them to like literally take us down? Imagine.
Yeah. Trump did try to install fake votes for himself in 2020.
Putting that in
Yeah. Yeah. View. Repu. Supporting files. Okay, now I gotta find Trump's fake elector plot. I'm going to attach different articles from different reputable institutions. By the way, do you just want to call me on Discord? So then the stream could hear you? Boom. We're gonna go ahead and just call Parker on Discord, everyone, so then you guys could hear him too. Alright, we're ringing him right now, folks. Okay, we're going to go ahead and attach a source from AP. We're going to attach a source from Just Security. Hey, Parker. Oh, I can't hear you. Give me a second. Output device. There you go. I should be able to hear you now.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, man. Okay, so I'm like attaching different sources from different publishers.
Dude, you're giving them like a straight up dissertation on why the election. They did try to rig the 2020 election.
Well, I noticed that like their shitty AI can't really
Maybe
tell.
it thinks you're thinking that.
Yeah, the shitty AI can't tell the difference between like somebody arguing that like Biden rigged the 2020 election and Trump rigged the 2020 election. Like, honestly, they just hear that phrase, rig the 2020 election, and I think that they automatically flag it as misinformation.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's probably true.
I think that's my guess. Here, I have a couple people to thank in the midtime here. Yo, Grandma Diane, thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much for the love, Grandma Diane. Grandma Diane with the $20 says, Merry Christmas. Well, thank you so much for the Christmas present. Thank you, Diane. Show some love to Diane down below for the $20. Merry Christmas to yourself and happy holidays. Amanda, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo, who says, did you see that TikTok is advertising a swastika necklace in the TikTok shop? Yeah, it popped up on my phone earlier. TikTok.
Dude, that popped up on mine too. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, thank you for the $10, Amanda. Taylor, thank you for the $10.
Why
He
is
says
that
because you
popping up
deserve
on
it.
all
Thank
of
you,
ours?
Amanda and Taylor. Yeah, like, dude, TikTok is gone full on Nazi, I guess. Then Barbara, thank you so much for the $50 over on Venmo. You know, there's actually a good chance that Barbara is not even watching and that she was a viewer over on TikTok. If that's true, Barbara, just know that I appreciate the hell out of you. And thank you so much for your kindness. Let's get 500 Barbara W's down below in that YouTube live chat for the $50. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Show some love to Barbara. And then Jasper, thank you for the $5. And Emily, thank you for the 15, who says, Dean, I'm at work. Have a good day at work, Emily. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the $15. Patricia, thank you for the $10, who says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to yourself, my friend. Kai, thank you for the $25 over on PayPal, who says, Merry Christmas, Dean. I'm so grateful for you. Your streams have saved me. And you have made all SA victims like myself feel seen. Kai, Merry Christmas to yourself. I really hope that you're one of the YouTube viewers. Thank you so much for your kind words. Show some love to Kai down below. And then Marin for the $25 as well on PayPal. Thank you, Marin. That is Maren, who says MAGA motto. Go to quote, I got mine, fuck you. Pretty much, Marin. Thank you for the $15. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys for the very kind. Very kind. Let's see here. Very kind Christmas gifts. I don't know why I couldn't think of that phrase. Here, let's go and get Parker up on the big screen.
Damn, do you have your other account, the DNC Dean one?
I do. Should I just go live on there in the meantime?
So, honestly, I would just say go live on that one in the meantime. I really feel like it takes too long to wait it out to stay on the main account, and your second account isn't that much a difference, to be honest.
Yeah. I look so far. I'm looking at myself on like this stream right now. I look so fucking tired, dude. Y'all seen that?
It's just because it looks early for you. I get you.
Yeah, dude. I feel like I don't fully wake up until like 2 p.m. I'm gonna keep it real.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It's yeah, bro. You should just like when you get up, just like rub some water in your face, bro.
Yeah.
It wakes you up like crazy.
It's a good idea. Yeah, man. I could just go live on DNC Dean right now. You want to rejoin over there?
Yeah, I'll rejoin over there.
Bet, man. And then as soon as we get an update on that appeal over on YouTube, sorry, on TikTok on the main account, we might head back over there. All right. See you soon, Parker.
See you soon. See you soon.
All right, everyone. We are going live on DNC Dean right now. Go live. Bada boom, bada bang. Let's go. Corey, thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you, Corey. CORI with the $20 says, Happy holidays. I have a present. I converted a MAGA friend to no longer support Trump. You and Parker taught me so much, and it's really opened many eyes. Dude, that is the best Christmas present anyone could ever possibly give me. Corey, you're an absolute gem. Thank you for the $20. Thank you for sharing that with me. All the love in the world to you guys. Please, 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 please show some love to Corey down below in that chat. Thank you for the $20. That is CORI. And hello, everybody tuning back in over on TikTok. Welcome back in, guys. We did get banned on the main account for misinfo. Hopefully the appeal goes through. We'll know about that shortly. We already submitted that appeal, gave supporting evidence for the claims that I made, and we'll see. Then Jonah, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo. Jonah with the $10 says, you smoked me in a debate about a month ago, but I'm studying and prepared to give it another go. Appreciate what you do. You know, Jonah, I actually appreciate that a whole lot. Yeah, dude, fuck yeah. Study, try to prove me wrong, come back up here for another debate. Because that process is actually what led me to changing my mind in the first place. So I'm in full support of it. I'm in full support of it, man. All right, let's go to get that very first Trump supporter up of the day. We got them loading in right now. I've actually heard that this is a pretty crazy MAGA cult member right here.
Oh no! Oh no!
Welcome to Parker. Let's go to get that next guest, Ethan, up. Only up instead of the queue of your MAGA folks. Ethan, what's up?
I'll give you before. Do you like WWE?
Get up, just like rub some water in your face, bro.
Yeah.
Do you like WWE?
It's a good idea. Oh, he's asking.
He's watching the stream back.
No, I don't really watch WWE. I also think that like fights like that are a little bit like barbaric, if that makes any sense. But I mean, I am entertained by them sometimes. You know, I watched a pretty good movie last night that was all about a fight. And the best part was that it had Conor McGregor in it, and then he got like super fucked up, and that was pretty satisfying. What's up, Kyler? Do you support Trump?
Dean, I love you.
Hey, man, love you too, Kyler. But we are only looking for Trump supporters. I'm gonna ask you all to please follow the rules of the stream, guys. We're just looking for debates. We're just looking for debates, everyone. Please make sure to follow those rules. Hello, do you support Trump?
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
How old are you?
43.
All right. Real quick, let me thank one person here. Thank you so much, Samantha, for the $20 over on PayPal. He says, "Merry Christmas, Dean. My boyfriend got me a present that is a shirt with your face on it, and on the front it says you've been Dean bunked." No way, bro. Yo, your boyfriend's making merch before me, dude. Well, first and foremost, Samantha, that's awesome. And second of all, I appreciate you for the $20. Shout out to you and your boyfriend down below in that chat. Show some love to Samantha. Tumblr, how the hell do you still support Trump, especially after everything that we've learned due to his, considering his involvement with files? After we've learned that one woman told the FBI that Donald Trump raped her when she was 13 in 1984. Let's see. We also are hearing more about how seemingly Epstein sent a letter to Larry Nassar saying that Donald Trump shared their affiliation for young nubile girls. Of course, the DOJ said it a faked, but I'm quite skeptical of that. How the hell can you still support him?
He's doing a lot of things that Democrats would support, so I appreciate the bipartisanship. That I'm just curious if you guys support that as well. Like, for instance, taking away the credit floor from Fannie and Freddie so people with bad credit scores can more afford homes. Would you support that?
What did you say? I'll have to look at it, and then I can tell you if I support it. Taking away the credit floor from what?
Fannie and Freddie?
Yeah, Parker, you familiar?
Yeah. So wait, are you essentially saying that regardless of one's ability to be able to pay, they should essentially be able to get access to a loan? Is that what Trump's doing? I never saw that he was doing that.
Yeah, look up Bill Pulte. What's his title? Director of the FHA? I forget what the title is. He's the head of the FHA under Trump. But they're removing the credit floor for FHA loans to be approved through Fannie and Freddie. So that's definitely something that
Where did you see
the
this?
liberal side would more appreciate, I would think.
Where did you see this?
You can Google it.
Yeah,
They announced that last month, I believe.
Yeah.
They removed their credit floor of the 620 FICO score for loans submitted through their automated underwriting systems. And
So
how
they're
do you
looking
know
at
that
stuff
Donald
like,
Trump is responsible for this?
Oh, go ahead. What's that?
How do you know that Donald Trump is responsible for this?
Because the guy that he appointed to the FHA is carrying this out.
Federal Housing
on-
Finance Agency director has indicated that this is a process change to allow for the use of two different scores and for a full file review. Well, I mean, what I'd say is I'd actually argue that this is seemingly a good move because I'm even reading more about it. They just replaced it
I
with an
respect
approach.
that.
And
Very
the future.
hard.
Well, I mean, what they replace it with is basically looking at the adoption of alternative credit score models. Like Vantage
They're looking at
Score,
stuff like rent
and then
and
like a
other things
consideration of non-traditional data such as rent, utility, payment histories, taxes, credit worthiness. So it still seems like like they're holding a standard here. They're saying that we have to be able to predict with this model that you are like significantly more likely than not to be able to make the payments on your loans, on your loan. But we're just going to consider like non-traditional data such as like your previous payments, payment history, to assess
Alongside the
worthiness.
credit.
Yeah, so
They're
I
technically
think that
not
was
getting
good.
rid of a credit floor then, right? Because if they just said they were taking into account credit, correct?
They're getting rid of the current credit floor, and they're taking different models to not go by the current credit floor.
it just
But
seems
they
like
still are
more like-
keeping the credit in consideration.
in consideration, but it's not going to be as traditional. And if we've seen
Okay.
from previous administrations, not just left or right, when they've made announcements like this, they've made it much easier for people to get homes. And then he also talked about
So point number one,
using that.
point number
Oh,
one,
go ahead.
I just want to say, we do have to be very careful when in reference to poor loan practices. Okay, and I mean, if you're familiar with 2007 through 2009, you
I'm very
absolutely
familiar.
know that. Yes, so we have to be careful with poor loan practices. Okay, 110%. But from what we know on the surface level, I mean, this doesn't look terrible. I'd have to look into it a little bit more in order to make in order to draw like.
Yeah,
a
I
full
do
certain
have to
opinion.
say
But I will
I
say,
respect
I mean, it
your
looks-
honesty
it
on
looks
that
good on
because it's
surface
very
level.
hard to get people on the left to say, you know what, I might agree with that.
But what I will say is, I honestly think that I'd probably give most of like the the applaud for that to the Federal Housing Finance Agency and its director if it's determined that this isn't poor loan practice to be super predatory and take more money away from people at the end of the day because they're defaulting on what they owe. And I'd
So what
honestly
about
say
the,
that Donald Trump has done other things to
I
that
can
have
give
kind
you
of
more.
demonstrated his lack of. You could give me more. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah. What do you think about him using government force and coercion to get a price cap effectively on healthcare, specifically pharmaceuticals?
Wait, which pharmaceuticals? Because that was not for all. He did not do a price cap for all pharmaceuticals.
He's in the process of going through that now, and
No,
he's already done it on some.
No, it's not a price cap. It's quite literally just him asking them to match a certain price.
He's forcing them through regulation and tariffs.
What regulation?
So he's
and
using
tariffs?
he's using the threat of 200 to 300% tariffs to force them to give us the lowest favored nation price, which
so
is
that's
from
just him asking based upon that condition. That's
No,
not
he's
actually,
forcing
like
it.
ensuring that it happens.
He's forcing it. They're complying with his force.
So
And this
here's my issue is that, like, wouldn't that be based upon the force of the government rather than force on that particular private business through the tariff being implemented?
And,
Yes,
like,
but this was a similar plan that Kamala Harris had in her PDF.
Why not just use regulation?
That's what this is.
But this seems like, you said it was like soft coercion to inevitably get them to reduce prices.
It's not soft at all. It's pretty hard.
Okay, well, I mean, have we seen reduced prices yet? Because according to you, we haven't, because he's still working on it. According to Trump, by the way, we have. He said that we've seen the price of pharmaceuticals go down by like 1,700% already, right? I mean, that's mathematically, kind of impossible, but hey.
Yeah, it's kind
it
of
is what
car
it is.
salesman-ish
Yeah, is
stuff,
what it is,
but-
is what it is. I mean, I
But
think
it's-
that we should just implement legislation. We should just say, you could only make this much profit on the pharmaceuticals that you sell, and we got to cap the price of these pharmaceutical drugs to this.
That's what he's
amount based
effectively
upon the
doing.
market. Well, I mean, if that's what he was effectively doing, then we would expect the price of these pharmaceuticals to be down already. We wouldn't expect
They
him
are.
to still be working on it after 11 months.
They are.
Wait, do you
so now
agree
you're
that
contradicting yourself
pharmaceutical
because you're the
tariffs
one
were
that
put
said
in
he was already
place?
working on it. But go ahead, Parker.
No. I said what I said was he's already brought some down, and is in the process of doing it with health insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies. So it obviously takes some time. That coercion takes some time to see the effects and to see what the threats are.
Do you agree that he's already put pharmaceutical tariffs in place that cause the prices of pharmaceutical products to go up?
Yes,
Okay.
purposely for this purpose.
Do you have any evidence that there's going to be like some sort of reduction in pharmaceutical costs based upon this? I think the best way to do it would just put a price cap. Like, why are you doing this? Why not?
But
just
this is
price
the
cap
same
it?
thing. This is effectively creating a price cap.
Wait, why not just create a price cap?
That's what he's doing.
That's not what he's doing. This is not as strong as a price cap.
He said, "This is the price you are going to give us. If you don't, I'm going to slap tariffs on you
Yeah,
to
but
make life hell."
the tariffs don't necessarily impact the company in the manner that you're referencing.
Oh, so tariffs are good now.
No, you're not listening. When they place tariffs on a separate country, that might not specifically just be on the industry in which you're referencing. So, although you might say that the tariffs are being implemented in that circumstance, if there's not really much of a mechanism for U.S. companies to be able to produce this in the first place, then there's just going to be an increase in pharmaceutical costs. So it's actually a cost more specifically on the Americans in this country who are consumers who are needing products than it specifically would be on the pharmaceutical companies, as they would.
But
be
that's
able
the
to,
problem
they-
with price
they-
controls, and you just endorse price controls. You
Yeah,
just don't like
no,
the
no,
way that
price
Trump
controls,
is doing it.
Price controls work when we're talking about inelastic goods. We're talking about goods where people need this and will demand it regardless. It can be produced for a lower price, and it will still be produced to the manner in which people need.
The market,
it's not going to limit that from
deals
happening.
with. Does the market deal with inelastic goods every day, Parker?
But that doesn't mean that like it isn't going to negatively impact people in this context because they need it.
So you're saying that just because it's an inelastic good, that makes it a negative?
I think that that's one of the reasons in consideration to the fact that we should have a price cap, or having a price cap wouldn't be as negatively impactful to the supply.
So do you think that we should put?
supply actually afforded?
Do you think we should put
make
price
sense.
controls on food then, because it's an inelastic good?
I didn't say that every single inelastic good you should place like price controls on. I just said price controls in this context would make sense because of one of those things in consideration.
Okay, that's fair enough. So, but you do agree with the premise of price controls?
Appeal approved on
You
the
just
nation.
don't
Base.
like the way that Trump is doing it. I
Yo,
got you.
by the way, so
yeah,
I
he's just not imposing like an actual price control.
So I just looked at so this is actually coming from the White House. You could find this 5 days ago. Fact sheet: Donald J. Trump announces largest developments to date in bringing most favored nation pricing to American patients. So I mean, earlier I was saying, well, this is something that hasn't been able to achieve yet. Then you said he has in a lot of senses. According to them, they haven't. I mean, because you could like read this fact sheet and it actually goes over what they've done so far in a timeline with what they've been able to achieve. It talks about, this executive order that he signed into law titled Delivering the Most Favored Nation Prescription Drug Pricing to American Patients, which just like announces, like Trump RX. And you can actually go to trumprx.gov.
Right, but there's already-
one moment.
They've already-
If you go to
Yeah, go
to
ahead.
trumprx.gov, right? It's not in function yet. I mean, hopefully it will be soon. And then it looks like the second thing on this timeline, just on July 31st, Donald Trump sent letters to leading pharmaceutical manufacturers outlining the steps that they must take to bring down the prices of prescription drugs in the United States. Then since September 30th, Trump has announced 14 deals with these major pharmaceutical companies. And then in the beginning of this fact sheet, it says that this deal will provide every state Medicaid program in the country access to these drug prices, meaning that Medicaid has to pay less. Fun fact, this is also something that Kamala Harris ran on. She ran on granting Medicaid
That's what I just said.
You did a greater
Yeah.
renegotiating ability for Medicaid to renegotiate private pharmaceutical prices with American companies. So I think that's a good thing from Trump.
So we're
but
2 out
then-
of 2 so far.
Well, yeah, we actually are. You are 2 out of 2 for like 2 smaller things that Trump has done that have actually been beneficial. But then I think it's the end result of the fact that as it relates to the price that Americans are paying for health insurance. Thank you so much, honey. As it relates to the price that Americans are paying for health insurance, because that's what I care more about compared to our government saving money on their expenditure for Medicaid, because Medicaid is able to buy these drugs for lower prices from the private pharmaceutical companies. I think that we obviously see devastation. I mean, I'm sure that you're familiar with the ACA subsidies. That is, as far as my knowledge, I mean, this may have changed last week. You could tell me if I'm wrong. Expired. Haven't been renewed, haven't been signed into law. The Republicans.
Well, yeah,
promised
that's
to
why
vote,
the
and then this vote, fell through. They rejected the amendment, and all of a sudden now, according to even conservative models, 4 to 5 million Americans can expect to pay up to 300% increases in their premiums on Medicaid through the ACA. So, sure, I think that this plan of Trump's specifically for the state Medicaid programs is going to save our government a little money, but it's not going to save Americans a little money. It's actually going to make them
well,
pay
neither
more.
did the ACA.
And then-
Obama promised $2,500 an average for the average family, and that did not happen. But
So I'm
we're
actually
2 for 2.
So I'm
Let's see
actually
if
I'm
we
actually
can
not
get-
familiar. I'm actually not familiar with the ACA. There's about 1 billion other debaters on here that are significantly more acquainted with it than I am. If that was a bad policy, it's a bad policy. If it's a good policy, it's a good policy. I think that a lot of people love it. A lot of
He
people
ended up
rely on it.
apologizing.
But what I do know here is
No.
that I definitely do prefer a model of the ACA where Americans that are reliant on it are paying premiums 300% lower compared to 300% higher. And obviously, it's going to get even worse than you think it already is, right, with the expiration of this ACA subsidy. So just in culmination, my own thoughts are here. I think that Donald Trump is going to save some state Medicaid programs a little bit of money by reducing these private pharmaceutical drug prices for them. But inevitably, this isn't going to be these aren't savings that are going to be seen by the average American due to his other policy, like kicking 10 million people off of Medicaid through the Big Beautiful Bill, or allowing that ACA subsidy to expire, which is now increasing the premiums for Medicaid through the ACA for 45 million Americans. I think that's
All right,
a
let's
good
try to
start.
go 3 for 3.
By the way, can I clarify our position to him? We believe the ACA is a preferable alternative to no ACA existing, but we believe that, again, a public option would be the preferable alternative. If we look at pharmaceutical costs in terms of per capita by countries around the world, according to Pew Research, the U.S. is almost double the pharmaceutical costs of like the average country.
Do you know
that
when we were
specifically
cheaper?
Compared to what's that?
Do you know when the last time we were cheaper?
When we had cheaper pharmaceutical prices?
Yeah. Do you know when the last time we were cheaper than all those countries?
You tell me.
It was, I believe, 2003, before George Bush and the neocons gave us the prescription drug program for Medicare.
So you're claiming the prescription drug program is what led to the higher costs, even though in all these other countries they have
You can find
programs
it.
that then
You
lead
can
to
you
lower
see it on
costs.
the chart. Yeah, you can see
Wait,
it on
and
the
by
chart.
the way, where is the chart? What source are you referencing for in 2003 that was the case?
You can just Google it. I mean, those charts
Also-
are pretty easy to find.
Can you respond
But
to the
let's see.
argument that I
Let's
gave
see
you?
if we could go 3 for
Can-
3 though.
Can you respond to the argument that I gave you, or do you want
Instead
to
of providing a source, you just says Google it.
Well, there's
It's not a
2
source.
arguments
Like,
going on.
wait,
I
I'm
didn't
so-
know who
I'm-
to respond to.
Wait, I'm sorry. but
Respond to
all he
Parker.
responded
Respond to
with,
Parker.
all he responded with was just Google it. That's not a source. I just want to clarify.
Well, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm literally just chilling on my couch with my dogs. I'm not like in front of a computer or anything. I've looked at this stuff before though. I'm old as fuck. I'm a geek and I look this stuff up. I would just say it'd be interesting. You should look it up sometime. Look at where, especially the debates on the House and the Senate when Bush was trying to push Medicare Part D. Everybody, even John McCain, he's not exactly a fiscal conservative, was saying in 20 years we're going to be complaining that pharmaceutical prices go through the roof.
I mean, I'm looking at the level of inflation right now for pharmaceutical prices. It's pretty similar to what it is now.
But if it's when you
If
compare
not,
it,
it's slightly
to-
lower now.
No, you have to look at the total price, like the cost, not the.
The 3% was the inflation price at that point. You're saying comparative to other countries, it was considered lower. I don't see any reason to believe that. I'll continue looking, but I don't see that.
Okay. If I was on my computer, I'd show it to you. But let's see if we could go 3 for 3.
Do you want to finish going through your points insofar as like these smaller things that you think
Yeah,
Donald Trump
I
has
think
done
a
well,
big
or,
one
or do you
for-
want to respond to like the argument that I gave you against your second point? Because I said like it is a good thing, right, that Donald Trump is trying to negotiate down the price of private pharmaceutical drugs, but I'm just simply saying the way that he's doing it right now, the pros are going to be like state Medicaid programs saving a little money, but those savings aren't going to be seen by the end average American for the reasons that I granted due to the big beautiful bill defunding Medicaid by $900 billion, imposing new work requirements, leaving 10 million Americans on the as a conservative estimate without health insurance over the course of the next 10 years. And point number 2, the expiration of that ACA subsidy, which is expected to increase the cost of the premiums for 45 million Americans reliant on Medicaid through the ACA to go up. And I think that this holistic view, right, takes your argument. It fairly represents it. It is going to save state Medicaid programs a little bit of money, but it also demonstrates why it's not something that we should be hurrahing due to the fact that it kind of leaves the end American in the dust, and then the end American is fucked up by the big beautiful bill and the expiration of the ACA subsidy.
So we do agree the only difference would be Kamala would have done the same thing, but she would have gone to a more single payer system, which you want.
Yeah,
and your difference is that you don't.
The difference
Trump
is
doesn't have a plan for the. Trump doesn't have a plan for the rest, is what your argument is.
Well, I mean, I don't really think that Kamala Harris had a plan either, if we're going to be honest. But I'm just saying that I don't think that Kamala Harris would have let those ACI subsidies expired, and I don't think that she would have kicked off 10 million people from Medicaid as is with a bill like the Big Beautiful Bill. So the difference
That probably is a major difference.
So,
yeah.
so the differences are the impact to the Americans. Okay, I think that they both I think that the thing that's not a difference is that both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump would have been able to save our government money by allowing Medicaid a greater renegotiating ability with these private pharmaceutical companies. I think that's a pro in both categories for both candidates. I think that's actually great.
I
but then the
can't argue
differences
against you on that point.
Are how the
So I'll
Americans
concede that point.
Okay, right. You're actually rather good faith. I appreciate this. Go ahead.
Can I also say one more thing? The pharmaceutical prices in 2003, I have from Penn Wharton that it was higher in the U.S. comparative to other countries, and that Canada's prices were the lowest.
I don't think so. But can you tell me who that study was so I can look it up?
Yeah, this is from Penn Wharton.
Penn Wharton. Okay.
Yeah, analyzing brand name and generic drug costs in the U.S. and 8 other countries. This is from November 19th, 2003.
All right. Do you mind if I tab real quick so I can write that down? All right. What about buying stock in private companies and forcing companies in some instances to give us profits in order to get something from the government?
Is he? Wait, who's buying stock in private companies?
Yeah. So Trump.
America?
Yes. So Biden actually had this plan too. It's kind of on the fence if Kamala was going to do the same thing. But you can look up a story that Biden had a plan for a sovereign wealth fund. Trump put that in place in, I believe, March of this year. It's an executive order. It's called the Sovereign Wealth Fund. But basically, they use taxpayer dollars to buy stock in companies for the government. So far, the list is up to 10.
That just
We
sounds
did.
like us walking towards like the state controlling the means of production, and then your bio reads. What is your bio read? Your bio reads. 1 second here. Let's let free markets eat the rich. So, I mean, if you're a fan of free
Do you want me to
markets-
explain that? Because
Well,
if
know
I
it's
come
okay.
up,
It's
so
okay.
do you agree that we had a really good faith discussion so far for like 20 minutes?
Yeah, relatively.
Probably more than MAGA.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I come up and say I voted for Trump, but I don't support any of this socialist shit that he's doing, you wouldn't want to talk to me. You just want to talk to dumb MAGA.
Oh, you're not.
But
MAGA?
if you talk to me, you actually have a better conversation with me than these idiots who think
You're not MAGA?
socialism is great all of a sudden.
Oh, you're not MAGA. Yeah, dude. I was like, damn, like the person that I'm talking to is like actually like pretty intelligent and isn't like a total asshole and is here in good faith. So,
Hey, we'll be able to talk to you once we get MAGA out of here. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be there still, but we have to deal with MAGA first.
Well, the term MAGA, in my opinion, needs to die. Like Republicans need to be Republican.
You should be arguing for that. Go on live.
Or
Help us
I
out.
do. I go live all the time. I sent you guys messages and say, if you want to have some good faith discussions with someone who's not an idiot on the right, you guys should come into my lives.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you for coming up here, and honestly, I appreciate the
See, now you don't want to
conversation.
talk to me anymore.
Well, you're right. You're right because so the goal of
Dude,
these,
does he not realize that this is about Trump?
yeah,
But
the
was
goal,
this
the goal,
conversation not more productive than
the
just dunking
conversation?
on some
No, no,
idiot
no,
MAGA?
no, no, no. The conversation that we had was actually good. I actually appreciate you for the conversation that we had. It was good. You know, like we talked about your points, then your second point, like I gave it like fair critique, and then you conceded to the fair critique, That is incredibly productive, and that is the way that debates are supposed to be structured. I think that's awesome. But we are here specifically looking for Americans that still support Trump because the goal and purpose of these live streams is to have good faith, productive debate. Inevitably, at least ideologically, that's what we that's what we want. But it's also to try to convince less people to support Trump as president. And obviously, if you don't already support Trump as president, right, you want to align with the inevitable goal.
But let me
of the-
pose this
of the live
question to
stream.
you.
And then also, a lot of people
you
in the
think
chat. One moment. A lot of people in the chat are saying Dean is running. I don't understand how I'm running. He made
No,
a
he's
point.
not running
I gave
from you.
I gave a fair response. Like he literally conceded on one of the counterpoints that I gave to his original
Dean,
position.
it's two people spamming it.
But the reason I concede is because I'm not gonna defend Trump on that awful policy. But do you not think it's productive for people in your audience who have voted for Trump and just come in here to hate watch you guys? Right? You're never going to convince them otherwise. To hear someone who can articulate free market capitalism and ideas on the right who did vote for Trump, and my entire platform was started to get people to vote for Trump, who is now saying, whoa, 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 whoa. This is not what we voted for. Don't you think that's pretty convincing if your goal is to get people to wake up to Donald Trump?
No,
Don't you think I'm convincing them
realistically,
being on your live more than you?
realistically, they look at you and they just see someone who left their own position. They don't see someone that they can actually meaningfully get like some sort of argument from. And
My
if they
position
did, they
never
would specifically
changed.
listen. They would go over to your streams to a greater extent. We're doing this because we're giving pushback from a liberal position to the conservative or MAGA position. We're going to argue against MAGA until there's not enough MAGA
But
in
Trump
order to
is
be
not
able
a
to argue against
conservative.
other individuals. You
Well-
have to argue from your own position against those in order to be able to push people from that side. It wouldn't be us having a conversation with you. That's not going to change people's minds. It'd be you having a conversation with them. Does it make sense?
Well, I mean,
Yes. I
actually-
agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying this conversation is also valuable, and also Trump is not a conservative.
Yeah, I'll actually say this. Maybe my opinion for Parker splits on here a little bit. Yeah, I think it is valuable. I think that you're a very intelligent person. I think that you've obviously done your research. And I think it maybe is meaningful for maybe some of the Trump supporters tuning in to hear you, demonstrate your intelligence, have like a good conversation with me about maybe some of the more specific and nuanced points of Donald Trump's policies surrounding pharmaceuticals, and then respond to the critique that I granted, how maybe the end impact on American consumers is, not American consumers, just Americans in general, is still very terrible because of his policy under the Big Beautiful Bill and that expiration of the ACA subsidy. And then for you to say, well, hey, guess what? I actually don't support Trump. I used to, but I don't anymore. I think that is actually valuable. So I'm not mad that you joined, even though you lied to us. But we are going to move on to the next guest set. Still does
Yeah, Merry
support Trump.
Christmas, guys. I appreciate having me up.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Parker, you want to follow
Merry
me over to
Christmas.
the main account?
Yep. I'll see you there.
Bet. Hey, for the 7,000 people watching on TikTok right now. Right now we're on our second account. So we got to go back over to the main account on @itsdean. You could find that account by just looking up Dean Withers. We were over there originally, but then we got a suspension, a ban, and we're actually going to go back over there right now because our account is now unrestricted because the appeal got approved. Once again, the handle for that account is It's Dean, spelled ITSDEEA. No, I don't even know my own @ ITS, it's DEAANN. Follow us all over there. We're going to be live on there in like 5 seconds. See y'all soon. Bye-bye. For everyone watching on YouTube, I mean, I actually enjoyed that conversation. But I think when he conceded that Donald Trump is hurting Americans with some of his policy, I mean, that should have been like, oh yeah, this guy's not MAGA. They don't do that. They're not good faith. They're not good faith. That's not usually what MAGA does. Very refreshing though. Very refreshing. And there actually is, a couple like smaller points where he's totally right on with some of Donald Trump's policy. Like it is a good thing that Trump is advocating for lower pharmaceutical drug prices. Like I don't think that can be contested. You know, like I'm not going to sit here and say that everything Donald Trump is doing is wrong. That's actually one of the things that he's doing that's good, and I could admit that in good faith. You know, but it's A, the way that he's going about it, and B, the fact that, you know, it's really only going to result in savings for our healthcare systems, not in savings for Americans. And then the Americans are going to be saving less because of other things he's doing to our healthcare systems, like allowing that ACA subsidy to expire. I think that they're very meaningful. Oh, guys, I'll be right back on TikTok. Hang out with us here for a second. It's going to say that I crashed or something like that. I just have to get the guest box back. Hang on. We need to restart the live studio. What happened to the TikTok live? We just have to restart the live studio. We just have to restart the live studio. So we could get guest box back. Hello, everyone. Hey, welcome back. Wait. We still don't have access to the guest box? Wait, why? I'm really confused. We just restarted the TikTok live studio, and we still don't have access to the guest box. That's weird. Maybe we need to, like, fully end the live stream. Okay, hey, for the 4,000 people tuning into the live stream, we're getting a really weird TikTok glitch right now. We have to fully end and restart the live stream, and then completely restart TikTok live studio to get past this glitch. So I'll see you all soon. I apologize for the inconvenience. Blame TikTok, not me. Be back in 15 seconds. I'm sorry. This is annoying. Okay, fully exit out of TikTok live studio. Fully close it down. Reopen it. Here we go. I feel like the stream today is just such a mess. It's still not showing that I have a guest box. Oh, maybe because I need to start the live. Go live. No, it's still showing no guests. I didn't get a suspension for that, though. So I'm really confused. Hello, everyone. Why don't I have a guest capability? I'm like highly confused. Hey guys, welcome back in. I'm trying to figure out why I don't have a guest capability. They're messing with me? Yeah, it looks like it. The fuck? Because I don't have any active restrictions on my account. I don't know, let's take a look. Everyone just do give me a second. I do apologize. It's just being really weird. Rules and guidance. Restrictions, your feature. Okay, we have no active restrictions. This is weird. What do you think could be causing this? Here, let me call up Parker on Discord real quick. So TikTok just like took away my ability to have guests, but then my account is showing no active restrictions. Honestly, what's up, man?
I was trying to think. What it was. I have no clue.
Can I tell you what I'm worried about?
That they took away your guest access?
So yesterday I reached out to a TikTok representative and told them about somebody that joined my stream and was just straight up saying that they like to grape 16-year-olds, and I give them their account information to try to get them like banned or, you know, investigated. And I think that my concern is that the TikTok representative received that message and is saying, well, Dean can't have his guest access anymore because Dean has people join his stream saying that they want to grape 16-year-olds. And I was like really worried about that when I was sending the TikTok representative that message. And I just in the moment of, and like still yet now, like I don't regret it because I care more about, right, like trying to get a predator held accountable, even if it means like I lose my ability to do these debates. And I was like hoping that maybe like TikTok would make like the right move there of, you know, like coming down hard on the pred instead of me, but it looks like there's a possibility here that, you know, they did the opposite. Came down hard on me instead of the pred.
That's possible. I do think it's probably more likely that it's a glitch. You
Yeah.
did get banned uniquely early, though. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I hope that it's a glitch because that, you know, that's just a possibility. That's just a possibility. I honestly don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah, I honestly don't know either.
yeah, I have no clue what to do.
I just say go to your second account, stream from there, and see kind of like what happens for tomorrow.
Yeah.
See if you get it back or something. You know, maybe it's just a glitch.
Maybe
Otherwise, you'll probably have to contact TikTok directly.
I have an idea. I could try to start the live stream off of my phone and see if like that for whatever reason gives me my guest access back.
Try it. Just like try it on your phone real quick, but I doubt it will. To be told, or actually, one way, or actually, you can't check that way technically. Yeah, just go on your phone and see.
Yeah. All right, guys. Unfortunately, like we're like the live stream is going to be ending and restarting, and we're going to be like trying about a billion different things to try to get our guest access back here. We'll probably put like another like, you know, a couple minutes into this. If it doesn't work, then we're just going to go in the second account for the day. Let's try to go live off of my phone to see if that gives me the access back. See y'all in like 5 seconds again.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I guess it's not even going to disconnect you, Parker.
No,
So I'm
won't,
just gonna.
thankfully.
Okay, so I ended the live on my computer, completely closed TikTok Studio, going on the phone, going to live. Okay, because it's saying that I have the live guest access on my phone. Yeah. Go live with guests. Yeah, I have the queue on my phone. That's interesting. Hello,
So it's just a
everyone.
glitch?
Yeah,
And
it is
did you
just a
fully
glitch.
close out of your TikTok live studio?
I did.
Yeah, so that's the. Maybe you need to just restart computer or something. That's really weird.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Do you just want to stream from your phone? I bet you'd probably have a killer stream from your phone.
Well, let me just like. Hello, RJ.
What's up, Dean?
I just wanted to bring you up and then kick you. Nice to meet you, man. Just to try to really get TikTok in to, you know, solidify the guest access. Okay, for the 2.1 thousand people, y'all already know what's about to happen. We're about to end again. Wow. Sorry guys for just you know, throwing you through the loops. Yeah, look at that. I have guest access. By the way, you could.
Yeah, you totally do. You totally do.
By the way, you could talk on.
I-
You could talk on TikTok.
Yeah, I would recommend. Oh, do I have to unmute on TikTok?
Yeah, feel free.
Yeah, okay, so I would recommend honestly just try doing it from this account. Do you have the ability to just like plug your phone in? Like do like an old stream?
Yeah, but I'm gonna try it one more time off of TikTok Studio.
Yeah, and if you can, then this wouldn't be too bad. I bet you'd get more viewers doing this way than you would get on your DNC Dean account.
Yeah. All right, for everybody watching, I'm gonna be back. We're doing another restart. Yippee! Another restart. Another restart. Because we're gonna see if we get live access back on the computer. See y'all shortly. Oh wait, actually, should I uninstall and reinstall TikTok Live Studio?
I don't know if you need to do that, but it might work.
But I feel like it's just like an extra precaution. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that might be a move.
Yeah. Let's see here. TikTok Live Studio. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take all the extra precautions in the book, dude. TikTok Live Studio. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave the phone running on the TikTok stream while we do this.
Yeah, you have 2,000 people, dude. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, the algorithm is pretty cracked.
This is. Oh, by the way, feel free to unmute on TikTok. Like I have my phone volume turned down, so like the TikTok chat could hear you too.
I'm happy that I didn't because I just said something that probably TOS wouldn't have liked.
Yeah, probably.
CRACKED.
Yeah.
Oh, technically I said it on your thing, so they probably heard it anyway. Or actually, no, because you're on the phone. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
W YouTube for that, by the way.
Feel free to unmute on TikTok. You know, just so everyone can hear you now.
Yes, I will unmute. I'm sorry, everyone on TikTok. I apologize.
All right, we are reinstalling TikTok Live Studio to try to regain access to our guest feature. We're doing that now.
Do give it a second, everyone. Do
We'll
give it a second. If you're on TikTok, yo, tap the screen. Like, let's just see how many people we can get in here on his phone. He hasn't done this in so long.
Also, I just wanted to while we're reinstalling TikTok Live Studio, there's actually a handful of you guys that I'd like to thank. You guys have been very kind today over in Venmo and PayPal. I'd like to start by thanking Alexander. Thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. He says, "Hey Dean, big fan. As a former pro wrestler, I respect your take, but gently push back on the barbaric. We're live stunt performers doing the same choreographed combat you see in GOT or action films, just without second safety nets." Without second takes or safety nets. Love your streams. So yeah, I wouldn't say that like scripted wrestling's barbaric. I think I'm more so talking about the UFC. Yo, dude! Cat! Oh my god! Holy shit! Thank you so much for the lion! We're literally just chilling, Cat. We're literally just chilling, trying to fix this so we could go live for some debates off of TikTok Live Studio, requiring us to reinstall and everything. And Queen Cat is popping in here and dropping a goddamn lion. And for the first time ever, if you're watching on YouTube, you couldn't hear it. And they're usually pretty loud and scare the shit out of the people watching on YouTube. So, hey.
I bet. They scare me, dude.
No, dead ass. But seriously, Kat, thank you. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are, quite frankly, the best. Quite frankly, the best. All right, we're going to go and try this now. Ending the live on the phone. Going to restart from the computer. Let's see if we have guest access back. See y'all shortly.
Alrighty.
Okay, go live. Let's see. Do we get it? Bruh. What the fuck? What do I do?
What happened?
Maybe
Is it
I
not letting you do it on the phone?
yeah, maybe
Or
I
on the computer?
maybe I disabled it or something in my settings.
Maybe try to go in. You can share screens if you want, and maybe I can try to help you. But
Yeah.
other than that, like it's probably just like an issue with TikTok Live Studio. This has never happened to me before, genuinely. Honestly, you're good on the phone. I just see the chat.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I know. And it's like there's like what the fuck?
Oh, now I just see you.
Yeah, what the hell? Hello everybody, tuning back into TikTok. We're just trying to resolve this small error. What do you think I should do,
Okay.
Parker? You could see my screen.
Yeah, it doesn't even pop up.
I
Oh my
know.
god, it looks like they got rid of it on this.
It's just gone.
Huh, that's really weird. Try to go to the settings in the top right,
Top right. Let's see.
or you could check Live Center on that, but no, go to scene transition
Yeah.
or system. Sorry.
This is
try,
weird.
Yeah, scene transition. If not, try that one more time.
I
Maybe
think
turn off the scene preloading.
I think
I guess no, actually that's your preload. Sorry.
I think I know the way to fix this.
What is it?
It's gonna require me doing the last 2 hours and 10 minutes because that's all we have left on the stream. The last 2 hours and 10 minutes of the stream off of our backup account DNC Dean, while also shooting a DM to somebody who has a friend that works at TikTok that can maybe get my guest access. Like get somebody at TikTok to investigate this issue. They've actually been pretty good at this as of recently, looking
that's
into
good.
the issues. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it for the day with the trial and error. Trying to figure it out on the main account on TikTok at It's Dean. We're gonna spend the remainder of our stream 2 hours and 10 minutes on our backup account at DNC Dean while we have TikTok investigate this issue. Honestly, Parker, I don't know how long you plan to stay up, but if you could maybe stay up just for another 20 minutes so I could take a moment to shoot a DM to someone, file a ticket, to try to get this one
Yeah,
looked at and
absolutely.
figured out. I'd really appreciate that. Head over to DNC Dean. Everybody on TikTok at DNC Dean. That's where we're going to be live doing debates. See y'all there soon. I think that's crazy how in like less than 3 seconds we could get like over 5,000 people in here. That's like seriously just nuts.
Yeah, no, it actually really is. Dude, you should have looked at your phone. Your phone was really like going crazy, bro.
Yeah,
When you're on that, I feel like that was a decent option too.
I just highly prefer to do it off the computer.
Yeah, I honestly get you. I kind of agree.
Highly prefer that. Highly prefer it. All right, let's just go and start the live on DNC Dean. Barker, you could join as a guest. I'm gonna honestly just
Alrighty,
pass
bet.
the reins to you for a moment so we could try to get this figured out. See you there soon.
See you soon. See you soon.
All right. All right. We're on DNC Dean for the rest of the day doing debates. Yo, TikTok is just fucking with me, man. TikTok is literally just fucking with me, dude. Everybody in the chat is spamming clear the cache over on YouTube. Well, I think that is essentially what I did when I uninstalled and reinstalled it. I'd assume that cleared the cache. But it is probably just a caching issue. So over on YouTube Super Chat, Tyler, thank you for the $5. He says, hey, Dean, just wanted to say you're doing a great job. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Tyler. Babu, thank you for the €5. Thank you so much. Then see Jin, thank you for the $5. Who says, as a martial artist, to me, UFC and other certain MMA sports can definitely qualify as barbaric. Generally beyond that, though, even competitively, not so. Yeah, it's like something that I ask myself frequently. It's an ongoing discussion in my own mind. And then Melissa, thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Melissa didn't even, drop a message. Only the love. While we're hopping into these debates, guys, please show some love to Melissa down below for the $20. Thank you so very, very much. I think that you're awesome. There's a couple other people that I want to thank here. Then we are going to go ahead and hop into the debates. I'd also like to thank Natalie for the $10 on Venmo, who says, fuck MAGA and Merry Christmas, Dean. Merry Christmas, Natalie. Thank you for the Christmas present. Jeremy, thank you for the $20 over on Venmo. He says, happy holidays, man. Happy holidays to yourself. Thank you for the $20. Show some love to Natalie and Jeremy. Then Jen, thank you for the 5. Alexander, thank you for the 10. And Sid, this came in 26 minutes ago. I really hope that you're still here. And Zach. Sid, thank you for the $50 on Venmo. And Zach, thank you for the $50 on Venmo. Merry Christmas to you both. Sid with the $50 says, Merry Christmas. Hope you're both doing so well. Sending love as always. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you. Thank you, Sid. Sending love to you as well as always. Then Zach with the $50 says, did you see that last night Trump said that Stephen Colbert should be put to sleep? Merry Christmas as well. Merry Christmas to yourself, Zach. I did see that. We spoke a little bit about it at the beginning of the stream on YouTube. Feel free to watch the VOD if you want my thoughts. Then Barbara, thank you for the $50 over on Venmo, who says, Merry Christmas, Barbara. You guys are being so kind. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 500 W's for Barbara, 500 W's for Zach, and $500 W's for Sid. I'd also like to thank Jonah for the $10, and it looks like we're all caught up over on Venmo. Over on PayPal, thank you, Bree, for the $15. Show some love to Bree down below in that comment section for the $15. Merry Christmas, Bree. Who says, have you heard stories on people, quote unquote, unredacting some of the Epstein files? Is this true? Yes, that is true. No, it is. A lot of the files, you could just copy and paste the words. It is true. That's not like a lie or anything. Then Elite Gunner, thank you for the $25 over on PayPal. He says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Yo, Elite Home Alone movie reference. Let's fucking go. Thank you for the $25. Merry Christmas to yourself as well. Thank you, Elite Gunner. Then David, thank you so much for the $53 on PayPal. Who says Trump was born 1 year after the Japanese internment camps were taken down. And we all know his dad was a grand wizard in the KKK. Trump wanted the internment camps back because he probably heard his dad around the dinner table talking about this and that. You know what, David? I wouldn't doubt it if you're right, my friend. Thank you for the thank you for the $55. Show some love to David down below in that chat. And then Samantha, thank you so much for the 20. I did all your thank you earlier. Ashlyn with a 3, Wendy with a 1. And it looks like for now we are all caught up. Thank you guys so much for the love. At this point in time, we are going to go ahead and hop back into the debates. Only join inside of that queue if you're an American adult that supports Donald Trump as president. And once we get a Trump supporter up here, I'm going to go to pass the mic to Parker here just for a moment so I could take a second, reach out to someone I know that has a friend that works at TikTok, make a ticket, just try to get this one investigated. Hello,
Looks
Blackie.
like
Do you
Santana
support
just
Trump?
got banned too.
Unfortunate. Do you support Trump, Blackie? Whoa. Okay. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say their name is made in that one.
By the way, okay, I'm really sorry for saying that. I didn't even catch it until now. Do you think it's intentional, Parker?
Yeah, no. I'm not sure though. I mean, someone only really makes it in that circumstance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and assume that he like intentionally made his name that. It was like literally the word black within a large letter E, 46. So I was just reading off his username at everyone. I apologize for that. We're gonna go and assume that he did that intentionally and move on to the next guest. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump.
You're so racist, bro.
Bruno, do you support Trump?
Yeah, but you're racist.
Yeah, I don't think I'm racist for that one because it was unintentional, completely
I
unintentional.
mean, you said the N word too. You said the N word too.
Yeah, when I was 14. I think it was racist when I
Yeah,
said it.
whatever, kid. Yeah, I'll support Trump. I'm an immigrant.
Bruno, what state do you live in?
I'm in North Dakota. I've debated Dean before, like a few months back.
North
About
Dakota.
tariffs.
What time is it?
It's 2:25.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, E46 is a car. That's a BMW. So his name was Black E46.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't intentional at all.
It wasn't
was a
even
car.
E46 is a type of car. It just has a E46 that's black, and then his name is Black BMW E46. So I mean, well,
Are we going to
jeez.
debate or are we going to keep?
Yeah,
yapping, bro?
yeah. Go ahead, Parker.
Yeah. Bruno. Okay. So why do you support Trump?
Because he's going to fix the economy.
Okay. Like, what is he doing to help the economy?
Tariffs. Yeah, mainly tariffs actually.
Okay. So what is the tariff,
It's a tax on imported goods.
and who pays that tax?
The business that's importing, but you always say they're going to pass it down to the consumer, but what if they don't? I mean,
It's mostly passed down to the consumer. Do you agree?
is that always the case? I don't think so.
Mostly, on average, right?
I mean, what if they like?
Oh,
They're for the
can
short
you
term,
acknowledge
right?
that? Can you acknowledge that it's mostly passed down to the consumer?
In the long run, but like in the short run, they can like take the cost.
Okay, and that doesn't last very long. But now, if you want to reference businesses being able to take the cost, well, then you'd apply that to other taxes as well, right? So we should just tax corporations because they'll just take the cost, right?
Yeah, but you can't tax them too much because then, like, what's the incentive to like make a big business if you're gonna get taxed like 60%? Like, what's the point?
Well, that's on income you'd take out of it on literally hundreds of millions of dollars a year, right?
Well, Biden
And what's the
ruins
incentive?
economy
Well, what's the
with the auto
incentive for
payment.
them? They want to make a lot of money. They want to make a certain amount of money. That's their incentive.
Yeah, whatever. Biden ruined the economy with his auto pen. He let in all these illegal aliens.
Oh, wait, okay. Undocumented immigrants coming to the country would not make our economy worse, one. And two, can you tell me how Biden destroyed the economy?
Well, for the aliens or the undocumented immigrants, as you want to call them. I mean, isn't aliens a legal term?
I mean, I don't necessarily think because something is a legal term we should use it.
Okay, whatever. Snowflake. But
What?
oh wait, so what'd you say? Oh yeah, they do ruin the economy because they take our jobs, bro.
No, they don't. Actually, immigrants coming to our country, according to the National Bureau of Economic Research, increases employment rates
Is
of
that a liberal
natural-born U.S.
source?
citizens.
Is that a liberal source?
No.
Wait, what's the name? Wait, say it again.
The National Bureau of Economic Research?
Is that NB? Wait, what's the
NBER.
So you're saying they're good for jobs?
Yeah, that it actually increases employment rates for natural-born U.S. citizens.
Wait,
Not only that, but I can also point to the fact that there's GDP increases, productivity increases, and like there's a general positive impact on wages for natural-born U.S. citizens, or no impact at all. Meaning that like this whole idea that they're like taking jobs or causing wages to go down is actually just not true for immigration as a whole.
I understand. Okay, supply and demand both increase for jobs. Okay,
Yes.
and about the GDP, I mean, of course, the GDP would get bigger if there's more people. They're gonna buy more stuff. Like is that even an argument? Like, of course, it's gonna get bigger if there's more people.
Yeah, but there's also more people to transact with, meaning that there's going to be more gains from trade that are able to occur.
I mean, yeah, but that's like That's like saying, wait, I can't find a good analogy, but like, of course, there's gonna be more people that buy stuff if there's more people in the country. Like, is that like?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but wait, you also, oh yeah, the wages. Like, wouldn't they decrease wages since they're working?
No, I
longer?
just told you. There's actually, if you look at the studies, either no impact on wages or a slight positive impact on wages.
How does that work? Like, what?
Again, you'd have to look at the study. It's because of the fact that there's going to be an increase in the demand for labor, and there's also many jobs that they engage in that then make other jobs more productive.
Is the increase in demand bigger than the increase in supply?
I mean, I don't necessarily think it clarifies whether that's not the case. But again, I'm just saying that these general increases in productivity lead to like better conditions in the market, and more ability to transact leads to better conditions in the market.
Okay, yeah, maybe they're good for the economy, but still, like, don't you think that they should go through a legal process to come to the country?
Yeah, let's make the quick legal process like
Wait.
actually quick
Wait,
instead
are
of
you-
making it take so long.
Are you telling us that you care about undocumented immigrants breaking the law, Bruno?
Wait, let me respond to Parker first, kid. What'd you say?
Don't call me kid.
No, respond to Dean.
Yeah, respond to
Okay, Dean,
respond to Dean.
What are you doing, bro?
Don't tell me. Don't tell me that you care about undocumented immigrants breaking the law. Because if you do, and that's your ultimate justification for the destruction of this country, the demise of our economy, and the forceful expulsion of 8.4 million of our laborers and 11 million of our consumers, I'd label you as quite the hypocrite, considering the fact that you're actively supporting an administration that is breaking the law as we speak. As we speak, the Trump administration and the DOJ are acting in defiance of the Epstein Files Transparency Act.
Why do you talk so much? Like, Parker talks like an actual human, but you talk
That was 40 seconds, sir.
Okay, wait, like, sum it up.
Sum it up. Hypocrite because you condemn immigrant for a law break, but support Trump even though he break law right now. Ooga booga.
Okay. Well, don't you think immigration law... Wait, no, actually... listen, he's president, okay? He's the president. Doesn't he have immunity? Like presidential immunity? So isn't that like...
So the president
less
should be
bad?
immune from breaking the law, but you don't think that random civilians on the street should be immune from breaking the law. In fact, when they commit a single federal misdemeanor, it justifies their expulsion from the country. Is that what you're arguing?
Also, when he broke the law, he wasn't president.
I mean, wasn't he elected, like, with the felonies?
He was elected, but he committed the felony prior to being elected.
Yeah, but one was, like, sentencing.
Sentencing? That was what, in 2023?
Oh. I mean, well, still,
2024?
you know. Like, what do you expect if you go into a country...
Or no, sentencing was 2025. I apologize. That was here recently.
Okay, so...
I thought you meant like when was the conviction? Sorry.
Well, don't you guys think that going into a country illegally is worse than, like, falsifying business records?
No. I actually
What?
think
Are you
I think
trolling?
falsifying business records with a predicate crime is definitely worse than coming to the country undocumented, given that you haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime.
Also, by the way, the criminal justice system agrees with us because undocumented entry on its own is typically prosecuted as a misdemeanor.
Okay.
Donald Trump was found guilty of 34 different felonies. So the legal severity is just simply worse.
I mean, it's in New York. It's, like, one of the most liberal places, one of the most liberal states.
Yeah. So let's assume that it's 80% liberal. All of a sudden, statistically speaking, it's more probable than not that 2 to 3 of the jurors were either independent or MAGA, yet all 12 of them had to unanimously find him guilty. So, bad
Yeah, because the
argument.
liberals paid them. The liberals paid them.
Okay,
But
so what's
let's
your...
talk
Wait.
about
The
immigration.
liberals paid them? I'm sorry. That's just a weak cop-out.
I'm just trolling, but I want to talk about
That's just,
immigration.
no,
I
you're
don't
just
care
trolling.
about
So
it.
then give me a response to the argument. That's not a troll. Be serious, bro.
What do you want me to say? Yes, okay.
I want you
maybe
to I want you to concede, buddy. I want you to admit that you're wrong, admit that you've been misled, and admit that you're spousing bullshit on live in front of over 10,000 people.
I admit that I want to talk about immigration and not about falsifying business records. But okay, yes, you're
But
right.
wait, but
maybe-
we are talking about immigration here.
No, we're
we
talking
are.
about his felonies.
No. This is relevant to immigration because it's demonstrating your hypocrisy there, little bro.
Okay, whatever. But like, don't you think that going
Whatever.
into a
Wait.
country-
So you're just conceding that you're a hypocrite?
Okay, for the sake of like, if you'll be happy, then yes, okay, I can see it. Okay.
For the
Yeah,
sake of
no.
the debate, you concede you're a hypocrite?
Listen, like, I just think that going to the country illegal is really bad. Okay.
Why is
Like-
that?
Like, cause oh my bad. Wait, let me.
Being held civilly liable of sexually abusing women, that's not bad. Bragging about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent. Where an 18-year-old
nice
came
and
out
good.
and said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms when Donald Trump would barge in. That
Listen.
apparently doesn't meet your standard of being bad enough.
Parker, I've been watching you for like a while, like since you used to do other topics, like when I was 16. But like you always bring up these, like the fact that you grade people and stuff.
Yeah,
But-
absolutely. We should always bring that up. It is so incredibly
but-
relevant and pertinent to this discussion insofar as why you support the president, that president is a grapist. You understand that grapist can't even get hired to be the fry cook at a McDonald's. So why the fuck should we put that predator into the highest ranking position of power available to any human on the face of planet Earth, given the fact that that is a position of power that they hold over potential prey? We should never put a predator in a position of power over their prey. Use your brain. Thank you.
Bruno, do you think rapists should be? Do you think
I
that they
talk?
should be allowed to run for president?
Wait, let me respond. Like,
Sure.
Bro, I forgot what Dean said now. Wait, what did you just say about McDonald's? Wait. Also Burger King is better. But wait.
I mean,
Wait.
I actually agree with him on that, but completely irrelevant to the debate on politics.
I mean, the burgers are actually meat at Burger King.
Yeah, I actually do
but-
like Burger King's Whoppers.
Wait,
They're pretty fire.
I forgot. What were you saying? Like, oh yeah. Like, why would you bring up grape? Like you think that every Trump supporter supports him doing that? You know, like they support him on other stuff, like not on
But
that.
because
you
you're
know,
like,
I don't
oh,
know why-
if they commit a simple federal misdemeanor, expel them from the country. But if they grape a woman, make them president of the country. Hypocritical, dude.
I guess, yeah, okay, you're kind of right, but I mean, he's still better than Kamala, so I don't
Kamala.
really care.
This is how you
Why?
pronounce her name.
Wait, how would you pronounce it?
Kamala.
Wait.
And why is he better?
Because she wasn't gonna let in all these illegals.
Undocumented immigrants into the country.
Listen, I agree. You know what, Parker? I'll let you go. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I agree that if Kamala Harris was president right now, there'd be a higher level of undocumented immigrants coming into this country, not because of any negligence on behalf of Kamala Harris serving as our president, but because, I mean, she ran on great immigration policy, like the bipartisan border bill, which would have disincentivize undocumented entry by expanding the legal means of entry and allowed the Republicans to build more of their wall, compromise whatever bipartisanship. But the reason why still yet I believe that there'd be more undocumented entry is because the reason why Donald Trump has been able to effectively reduce undocumented entry to levels that were only last seen in the 70s is because he's been... Bruno.
I thought my mic was plugged in. I mean, my headphones.
So when I'm talking, you just start listening to music. You start playing Geometry
playing-
Dash.
Yeah, Geometry Dash.
Like, as I'm talking.
Yeah, because honestly, you're just yapping, bro. Like.
Your brain is like this big.
Yo,
This big. This is this. You know what? That's generous. This big.
Massive. It's massive.
Yes.
Loaded.
Your brain is this big, Bruno.
Are you not noticing I'm trolling, bro? I'm just trolling you. Are you not noticing, genuinely?
I'm kicking you. I'm kicking you, Bruno. You're banned, Bruno. Moving on to the next guest. Oh my god, dude. You know what? I'm just having the best. This is the best Christmas present ever. Okay, getting banned, getting a weird glitch where I don't have access to guest requests. Having people play Geometry Dash like on max volume while I'm trying to respond to their position. Hans, what's up? Do you support Trump?
Hello. I just wanted to come on here and say that I did.
Zygote?
I do have to remove you from the live because I'm not going to lie, you do sound very young, but I think that is awesome that you no longer support him as president. Awesome. By the way, Parker, I'm using my phone right now to chat with a TikTok rep. Is it possible that you could help me try to load up and remove guests, so on and so forth?
Yep. I gotta pause Geometry Dash. Yeah, I don't have the ability on this account to.
Oh, you don't have the ability?
Yeah.
All right, here, I got it. I'll just use the multi-guest feature on TikTok.
You gotta give
Studio.
me superpowers.
I'll give you... Do you know how to do that on the computer?
No, I actually don't.
Okay, is what it is. While we're trying to get that next guest loaded up in the box, guys, give us a minute. Hello,
Give me superpowers, I can help.
the dentures.
Clarinetist with dentures.
Wait, how do you pronounce
Hello,
it?
Clarinetist with dentures.
Clarinetist?
I honestly didn't. Yes, sir.
Do you support Trump?
Honestly, no, I do not. I just want to come in here, say I love what you guys do. Didn't think
Thank you
I'd
so much.
get a spot in here. And for any of you guys listening, I'm sure they've mentioned this.
Shout out to you, man. All right, what's going on, Ash? Do you support Trump?
Right now, after everything that you said, it just kind of persuaded me. But the only thing that
How old are you, Ash?
18.
Obviously not. But I'm really happy. Listen, I honestly think that goes to show that if we could convince like literal zygotes to not support Trump, why can I not convince the grown-ass men and women that join this live on a daily basis? Think about it, everybody. Moving on to the next guest, only opposite side of that queue, if you happen to be MAGA. By the way, Parker, I was just reaching out to TikTok over their ticket system. Do you know now that they have like live agents that you could talk to?
Really?
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah, I know it is new. I know. So I just yeah. So they just bumped it to like their specialist team or whatever. But it was like somebody that I
Finally.
can talk to live. I know, like TikTok is finally investing in building out their support infrastructure. Like after years, dude. Oh my God. Moving on to the next guest here, guys. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. We also have quite a few people to thank here. We have quite a few people to thank. Thank you so much, Nicholas, for the $80 over on Venmo. Holy crap, Nicholas. Dude, you know what? Thank you for the Christmas present. We're going to go ahead and call that a Christmas present. Merry Christmas, Nicholas. Nicholas with the $80 says, you are doing amazing, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully change will come. We are pushing for that change every single day. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your support. Show some love to Nicholas down below in that comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Also, show some love to Atlas for the $25 who says, wishing you luck for the debates with the technical issues. Have a great holiday. You have a great holiday as well, Atlas. Thank you for the $25. Let's get 1,000 Nicholas W's, 500 Atlas W's. Then also, Stacy, thank you for the $10 and Venmo says, Dean, we know you're not racist. Lol, you're good. We love you. Dude, that was crazy, bro. That was nuts. Cheyenne, thank you for the $10 who says, I love your lives. Getting ready to debate my MAGA family members tomorrow. Fuck them up, Cheyenne. Thank you for the $10. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Jennifer, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. He says, Merry Christmas. I'm in bed with COVID. Fuck RFK. But you are making me smile. Oh, I'm happy that this stream could bring you a little bit of joy in a hard time. I'm really sorry to hear that you're having to spend Christmas in bed because of COVID. I'm really sorry, Jennifer. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the $20. Then, of course, Ethan and Alyssa, appreciate you both for the $5. Welcome. And Ryan, do you support Trump?
I'm just jorking it right now.
Okay, Ryan. Moving on to our next guest right now. We got Margie Polk. Hello, Margie. Do you support Trump? Hello? Hello?
Hello. I don't support Trump, but I don't know if you.
Base. Only hop in the queue if you do, guys. We'd really appreciate that, quite frankly. Quite frankly, we'd really appreciate that. We'd really appreciate that. That's right. Somebody says in the comment section, platforming MAGA. Okay, I'm sorry, but you are such a virtue signaler if you're going to get mad at me for quote-unquote like platforming MAGA. You understand that right now MAGA has the highest platform available to any human alive. It's called the Oval Office, right? This is the way that we change minds. I mean, welcome to Earth. I don't know what to tell you. Welcome in, Parker.
Dude, someone did that to me earlier. They came on the live.
Wait, Ryan,
and I'm like, bro, I'm literally, we're talking about the president. Like,
yeah, like what?
I would love to be able to just like not talk to Trump supporters and not have them have absolutely no influence on society. Like, yeah, that would be preferable. But in order for us to get there, we have to like debate this and we have to get past that point.
Loki, I did invite the person who said that in the chat up. So if you want to accept that and explain your view, feel free to. You certainly don't have to, though. Moving on to the next guest, only up inside of that queue. If you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president, I really appreciate you for that. Oh, they did join. Hello, Teal.
How's it going, man?
Do you think that we should just all just close our eyes and close our ears and act like MAGA doesn't exist while Donald Trump continues to destroy the country?
Did you want to ask me a loaded question the way that Donald Trump does, or would you like to have a conversation?
Well, I mean, that was a pretty good question. I mean, it was maybe a little low.
No, it's actually
it was
it's
definitely
really
a good
good if you invite MAGA up. It's really good if you invite MAGA up and they have a low vernacular. I actually don't have the problem with you that everybody thinks I do. You had Mama Cass come into my section or somebody that's part of your group. So what we do is we don't platform people that marginalize a bunch of people that get called up. So when you call somebody up and they take lightly SA, and then you turn to a bunch of people that are your age or a bunch of Karens that call themselves non-racist, and you get a bunch of cash apps from it, what you're doing is you're part of predatory capitalism on TikTok that is right-leaning. So what we have is you're pretending that you can be non-racist and you can fraternize with MAGA. I understand your point. I also think that people don't really hear what I say. And so what I'm going to try to say is that the good points and the things that you're teaching people on how to be able to have conversations is awesome. It's really awesome. I'm not being sarcastic. And I think you do offer a lot of people a very good viewpoints that if they sit around and listen long enough, they will see that. I was hopeful to, at some point, without it seeming like we're cloud chasing, to have a conversation with about how if we go all the way to the left and we let somebody from MAGA come up and say like, you're gay, and then they stay on for 45 minutes, it might be a problem because even your people that came into my section, Mama Cass, said you didn't see it.
You've repeated,
and I know
you've repeated Mama Cass a couple times. I don't even know who that is.
Right. And it would be impossible. Whatever she says, it shouldn't be held accountable to you. But what I'm saying is she was coming to because I stitched a thing where you had somebody come up and they had said, yeah, explain to me why child essay is bad. Right. You know the video that you put up, correct?
Oh, yeah. What, I was just fucking like shell shocked. Yeah.
Sure. Right. But the difference is that I've been doing this for like a really long time, and I'm actually I'm anti-racist and anti-hate. So when we normalize the guy getting his 45 minutes of infamy, and then even people that were in your chat, they said to me, you didn't see it. We spent 45 minutes. He dug himself a hole and we dunked on him.
He was up here for like 2 minutes. It took me like 2 minutes to compute what he was asking. Then I kicked him, and he's been in my guest request almost every day ever since, and I haven't brought him back up. But I just want to clarify. You said that like we shouldn't quote unquote fraternize. I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Is that okay?
No. I need to answer what you just said real quick because it's pertaining to it, and then you can ask all the questions you want. But I know how this works. I've seen it. You got the quick, hey, I didn't do what you said. If he's in your guest request all the time, per your person that came into my area to tell me, hey, they dig a hole, we can't dunk on them.
I don't know who you're talking about. Right? This person, Mama Cass, no clue who that is.
Right, hyper focusing on that has nothing to do with that. When I already said that,
you just keep on repeating my person. They're not my person. I don't know.
No, you're actually trying to do what you do right now. You're trying to kettle this into a situation where I seem confused. I'm actually very clairvoyant and very copacetic. You keep trying to pretend like we're in church, that you're not cutting me off. I've seen this. I do this. It's okay. This is the Charlie Kirk debate style. I understand. What I'm trying to let you know is
don't call correcting your opponent when they're wrong the Charlie Kirk debate style, because actually that would imply that therefore Charlie Kirk was correcting the wrongness of the liberals that he was debating. And quite frankly, I think that's actually indicative. Quite frankly, calling that the Charlie Kirk style is actually indicative, right? To like referencing the platform of the right and debating the left is like the intellects correcting the idiots. So I mean, I actually think that's incredibly harmful.
What you want is you want me to like do something that MAGA does and like yell over you. The problem is that I've been right the whole entire time. You just have 8,000 people in there. So you have this predatory capitalistic idea that you're going to eat with this conversation. You're really not, because no matter what you talk about, again, I don't need to go into some area where you're going to go into or try to talk about like all the other dumb shit that you kind of want to talk about.
Can I clarify
the whole point was, let me ask you a direct question, then you can ask whatever. What is the point and the advantage of having a stream that you in no way, shape, or form can be successful in unless MAGA or people like me call up and argue with you because you're making it an argument instead of debate with you? Could you explain that to me?
I'm not even really.
Are people getting dumb in your room right now because of me or because of you?
So when do you want us to respond to what you're saying?
Well, the first couple of responses you had were kettling attempts.
I don't even know what a kettling attempt is. I'll try to respond.
I understand because your verbiage.
Speak? You know, this is the Charlie Kirk debate style, honestly.
Yeah. Wait, didn't I already say that? And you said that was blasphemous to say?
Well, yeah, but I guess it's wrong when you say it. It's wrong when you say it to us. It's right when we say it to you.
So hypocrisy is what everybody else is doing, right?
Well, you could call it hypocrisy when you ignore the nuance and the reasons why it was wrong when you said it to us.
Are you on a capitalistic site? Are you on a social media platform that's extremely capitalistic?
Wait, why do you say capitalistic as if it's wrong? We're literally liberals, dude.
Wait. Are you?
No. Nobody.
Wait. Are you?
Nobody. Are you going to answer the question?
Wait, I am.
Yes,
are you?
I am. Am I platforming MAGA?
Ooh. Wait, you just said earlier that you do debate MAGA. Wait, do you debate?
I never said that in any way.
Okay, wait. So to clarify, let me ask you, why do you not debate MAGA?
Parker, I'm talking to Dean. Thanks, buddy.
Whoa,
okay,
I think
so you're just scared to talk
nice
to me.
to Parker?
I'm having a conversation.
You're scared. You're scared to talk to me.
Now we go on whether or not I want to have a fair, clairvoyant conversation. You just said I'm scared. Aren't you the person that's on Jubilee?
Wait, because you just don't even want to actually debate me.
Toxic masculinity on Jubilee, right? So how would I be scared when I feel like the conversation was I and another person? How does that infringe or how does that inflect in any way, shape, or form that I'm scared or fearful? Am I
Because you're not willing to have a conversation with me when I question any of your views. That has nothing to do with toxic masculinity. What are you talking about?
I'm having a conversation with Dean.
Do you think it's toxic masculinity if you say you're scared for not engaging in a debate with me?
Would you like to have a direct answer about toxic masculinity? Because you're a little bit
I asked you a
further off.
question.
Sure, ask it straightforward.
Yeah, so do you think it's toxic masculinity for me to tell you that you're scared for not engaging in a debate with me?
How would that fall under this context? You
Yes.
jumping in and interjecting? I think it's extremely inaccurate to decide whether or not I want to talk to two people instead of one person.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
I'm going to say something real quick.
But here, let me do what you guys do.
No, I'm going to hop in
Toxic
here.
masculinity.
I
No,
really
I get
don't
the
want to
same
mute
run-ons.
you.
Right, no.
I really don't want to mute you. I just haven't been able to speak this whole time.
You're more than welcome to.
I
It's
would
cool. Like
actually
said,
argue.
We're not on the same level.
I
You just
would
have more
actually
viewers.
argue.
Yeah, you're performative in your allyship.
I'd actually argue.
Yeah, you say the
that-
N-word, and then half of your viewers are people that said the N-word also, and say I'm not racist too. I'm anti-racist.
Okay.
You're non-racist.
Yeah. Go
Yeah, it
tell.
comes from a cowardice,
Go
right?
tell the
Go
black
ahead and
people
mute me and say
watching
that
this
you tried to
stream that are
talk to me.
fans
I
of our
don't really wanna be
content
talking
that
to
they're
you.
performative racists.
You sent me the invite hoping that I would decline it so you could pretend like you tried to. You're a coward, and you know that. Stop. So go
Okay.
ahead and mute me. Let's go ahead and get to it. If you ever want to have a debate
I
where
just
there's
wanna
actually
be
a
able to
moderator,
speak.
not where there's a bunch of 8,000 19-year-old kids that stopped going to the Utah and to all the other Charlie Kirk things that are supporting you now. Did you want to go cry about Erica Kirk? What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to speak to start.
Sip your coffee. Sip your coffee.
I'd like to
Have a good
speak
one,
for
bro.
start.
Have
Wait,
a-
no, you're
make
just gonna
sure
run
that you keep
away?
making money.
All right, so now I'm just gonna
No,
have to
look,
mute you to
I'm-
respond
I'm-
to your points because you're about to you're just steamrolling, then you're gonna leave. So first and foremost, you accused Parker of engaging in toxic masculinity by calling you scared. If anything, I'd argue that that's an example of you engaging in toxic masculinity, since you took it as an attack on your masculinity when Parker said that you were scared. Therefore, you don't think that men should be scared. That's actually indicative of toxic masculinity that is true of yourself. Okay, so I think that you need to check yourself before you to check other people. Then you also said, Dean, are you engaging in this hyper capitalistic social media company where you're running these lives and making money? So, sir, I don't know if you're new to Earth. So we do live inside of a capitalistic society, and working under that framework, we're all going to inevitably be forced to engage in capitalism, right? Living in a capitalist society. You, in fact, are doing that right now. And second of all, I'd actually like to point out that my business model is 110% compatible with socialism. Socialism is where the workers own the means of production. My business model is completely compatible with me being the only worker overseeing 100% of the means of production via the dissemination of the content on stream predicated on my own research and my own voice and my own space. So I just wanted to make that point as well. Third point, okay, you tried to use the fact that I used the N-word when I was 14 to call me performative today. And I think that this framework, this mindset, is incredibly harmful to the left because it basically says, hey, if you were societalized under racist conditions when you were a little kid and you referred to white people as the N-word, right, because you were a little dumbass, right, and you engaged in that racism, that even when you're 21 years old, after years and years of learning, years and years of reading, years and years of holding yourself accountable, becoming a better person, then actively trying to give other individuals that same education to make themselves better people as well, which, by the way, works. Okay, we had a woman join this live stream 2 days ago. Honestly, she wasn't even a woman. She was a girl. She was under the age of 18. Let's make sure I'm being correct here. And she told us that she was raped and then impregnated by that rape. And her family didn't want her to access abortion, and they would have restricted her access to that. But then she used what we discuss on live to change their minds, was successful, and then she was able to abort the product of that rape, right? That is the real world material outcome of the live streams that we run. But then your only takeaway is that it's all performative, right? That it's all wrong, that it's hyper capitalists, and these live streams don't matter. They don't have an impact, and nobody takes any value away from them because a person running this live stream 7 years ago used the N-word when referring to their white friend, which, by the way, I'm not denying is wrong. I'm not denying is racist, not denying something I shouldn't have done. But what I am denying is you then calling me performative 7 years later after I've held myself accountable, become a better person, actively advocate, and been successful in getting other people to do so as well. And I also find it incredibly bad faith and terrible to the social conditions of this country and the the world for you then to say that the debates in which we hold in this space, which change minds on a daily basis, by the way. The first guest of yesterday's stream was somebody that was a Trump supporter that came up here arguing in defense of the administration that left less than 15 minutes later, no longer being a Trump supporter, because I was able to explain to him that his president is a sexual exploiter, and then he left saying, oh my God, I can't believe I voted for him, and I'm sorry. 2 days ago, we had a man join this live stream. I think his name was Jeremy. Jeremy joined this live stream and he said, when I first started watching your live streams, Dean, I hated you. I never thought you'd change my mind. But after watching your streams for a couple weeks, I stopped supporting Donald Trump. In fact, I went to my sister and I apologized to her for ever voting for him 3 times in the first place. And those are the same messages that are displayed on my Venmo every day from people supporting me. Those are the same messages I can find in my DMs on Instagram, on TikTok, on X. But you, sir, right, the performative leftist, your only takeaway is that none of it matters because I believe in perfect moral virtues. And if I could find a way to adequately misrepresent what Dean is doing as fraternizing with the enemy, being sympathetic to the fascists, then he is a bad person that should be condemned, that should be criticized and pushed off this platform. And he doesn't deserve the voice of the pedestal nor the platform to try to change minds in the process, to save more girls from being raped than denied access to abortion, to save more men from being shitty to their wives, shitty to their daughters, shitty to all the women and girls and marginalized people in their lives because the president tells them they're okay, and they don't hear alternative voices to describe why that's wrong. And honestly, dude, this is the enemy of progress. If we want to make this world a better place, we first have to accept that people should have access to information to prove why their preconceived notions surrounding what makes them bigoted, surrounding what makes them a Trump supporter are wrong. Okay, and I'm just doing my part as just a cog in the larger system of advocates across this globe to push back against the insanity, the madness, and the tyranny of the Trump administration, to help individuals become the best possible versions of themselves, expose them to education, so then they could turn around, be better for themselves, their immediate community, and the world at large. And your takeaway is that it's all performative, it's hyper-capitalist, and I'm just an asshole. I think you're part of the problem.
Did you want to have any conversation?
Feel free to respond if you want. But the last thing you said is that you were getting ready to leave.
I'm responding now. You already said that. It's time for you to shut up and listen because that's what you just forced me to do. And you said a bunch of stuff that I didn't say. So I'm going to say what you said. Saying hyper-capitalism when I said predatory capitalism, you're wrong. Predatory capitalism looks like this. You said that you're a leftist and you think that nothing
I'm not a leftist, I'm a liberal.
Anybody. I'm talking. You're not debating because you didn't let me talk.
I know, just small correction, but go ahead.
You muted me and you soapboxed for 5 minutes like the fucking coward that you are. Are you ready to listen for 5 minutes? Because
that's toxic masculinity. You just called him a coward.
Toxic masculinity. You don't even know the definition of it, Parker, because you went on Jubilee.
Wait, dude, you just cooked yourself, bro.
You actually made Piers look semi-normal because you're sitting there abusing toxic masculinity like you and Dean are. You don't think it's toxic masculinity to have 2 bros sit up here and gang up on a bro, then tell a bunch of Karens for 5 minutes that I'm picking on you? And
wait, you calling women Karens isn't considered toxic masculinity?
Hey, Dean, why don't you say silly?
Dude, he just cooks himself over and over again. That's crazy.
Parker, why are you talking? Because there's 2 guys in it. Do you remember all those times that there were debates and there was 2 guys with 2 mics against 1 guy with 1 mic? So you're showing that this isn't a debate, right? So you're actually cooking yourself. If you were smart, you wouldn't have let me come up here because I'm absolutely based, and you're going to have a really tough time with this. But I think you want to sit here and try to get some sort of reaction out of me. Do you know what reactionary abuse is? The president that you speak out against, he does certain things where he tries to kettle people. Look that up. It's an old term that actually talks about civil rights, where people try to push them. It's a physical term where people try to push the protest. Are we allowed to say protest? Are you going to, I know we're on yours. Can we say protest? Right, into a certain way so then they can then attack them and say that that's where they were going to go. Also, I said multiple times when you let me talk, I said that this wasn't personal until you wanted to mute me and say a bunch of stupid stuff. Then you wanted to call up Robin and act like you're Batman. Tell Robin to shut the fuck up, okay? So, like I said, if you guys want to do this to everybody else and mute him for 5 minutes and go, hey, he looks like he's upset, and you're more friendly to people that are MAGA, I don't understand what you think you're doing. But right now, you just spent 12 minutes calling me up, hoping I would decline it, trolling me as I've been nothing but opinionated, but trying to keep myself respectful. you guys are going to have to play this back at some point, and I'll go ahead and do it for you. And everybody's going to see that you guys don't do too well unless it's some 19-year-old kid that's trying to go, wow, you know what? I was going to be racist, but I talked to Dean, and he definitely called up a real person to have a conversation. It's not like they said 80% of the people that are on social media that say they're MAGA are bots. And Dean's been sitting here, and Santana and all the people that want to have the debates. It's kind of a dumb fucking thing to do, because you could go out in the streets and you could kind of, you know, feed some unhoused people. You could go out. How come you guys don't go out and protest? Right. So your church is adjacent to Turning Point, right?
I do.
No, you don't.
Yesterday,
You absolutely don't.
yesterday
No,
I
you
met.
don't.
Yesterday I met in person with the local chapter leader of my local Indivisible Protest Coalition. In person, I met with her. In person, I sat down with her, and I spent 30 minutes with her talking about the upcoming events in my local community. I do. Go ahead. Feel free to unmute. I had to correct you.
While they unmute, I was just gonna say, like, also, like, us, even if we weren't protesting in person, doesn't change whether or not we're, like, advocating for protest, as this is a form of protest as well. Like, actively, like, getting thousands of people to involve themselves in politics is one of the most important things we could do in protest.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I think it's honestly, I think I do more when I'm on stream and I'm doing this than I would be if I could go out on the street and do that out there. Like, I genuinely think I do have the greater ability to, because of the privilege I have in this platform.
Right.
Right. Like, that's genuinely the case. And I genuinely, I don't think that's like a bad thing for us to acknowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a purity test, Parker.
You guys are the ones who are
testing
actually
you.
wanting to have an argument, right? Because we stopped at the toxic masculinity thing. Do you think that nobody can tell that you're trying to again, you invited me because you wanted to have a real conversation, or you wanted me to decline it? Because we stopped when you asked me about toxic masculinity. I wasn't able to say it. I got muted.
You are able to say as much as you want.
I'll get off of here. I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time, because
exactly. You want a soapbox, you want a steamroll, then you don't want to hear a response from your Parker.
Dean, don't sub phrase after I say something. Don't come in and speak for me.
That's
disrespectful.
Wait.
Dean,
I literally
Dean,
just
Dean,
repeated
Dean,
what
Dean,
you
Dean,
said to
Dean,
me.
Dean,
You're not allowing me to speak.
Dean,
I'm literally repeating what you said to me. After I spent 2 minutes, right, refuting your view that it's somehow wrong to debate MAGA, to change minds, to save lives, right, to ensure that less girls, right, have their family, right, restrict their access to a life-saving abortion or one onset. So you're not even going to sit here and listen. That tells me that you're not about real change, right? Because you don't care about the conversations to create that change.
And you're not supposed to sit here and do one-sided dictation to people and pretend that it's debating. And then when you lose that one-sided dictation on a good point, you don't have your friend come in and get involved. That's called triangulation. You're intelligent enough to know what. Hold on, Dean. You know what triangulation?
If we only wanted one-side dictation, then I probably wouldn't have let you steamroll for 5 minutes and only interrupt you after you said that once you're done speaking, you're going to leave. Listen, all I want to say here, man, is you came up here to steamroll. You came up here to voice your frustrations in incredibly bad faith, and you didn't come up here to listen to pushback, or else you'd actually be legitimately engaging in and responding to the points that we've made. You came up here saying that it's wrong for us to debate MAGA. I gave you a great response to that. I talked about the real material change that we've seen on a daily basis. I talked about the real world outcome of this and why it's important. And then your response was to completely ignore that and just to repeat that you think we're shitty. And then to try to purity test us by accusing us of not going to in-person protests. When I responded by saying I do, I literally yesterday met with the leader of my local Indivisible chapter in person for 30 minutes to talk about upcoming events. And then Parker, right, also just added on here, right, that even if we weren't to attend in-person protests, still yet what we do here in life is incredibly valuable, incredibly meaningful, and changes minds. And then you didn't respond to me, you didn't respond to Parker, and then you went back to repeating about this hyper, toxic masculinity, and steamrolled for another 3 minutes, and then said that you're going to leave. If you came up here for a genuine dialogue, not for the one-side preach from the soapbox, then you would actually be responding to our points, which you're not.
Did you have a question?
No, that was a statement.
I know, because I asked you a question and then you went on a statement after you muted me.
What was
Do
your
you know
question?
what triangulation? Can I ask a question? Am I allowed to, or are you going to pretend that I'm being offensive again? So what is triangulation, Dean? You're an intelligent boy.
Triangulation is using different plot maps. Plot points on a map in order.
Is
to
what you're doing
determine-
with Parker triangulation right now?
Triangulation is like a
Is what
tool
you're
used-
doing
The simple answer to your question would be no.
in psychology, sir?
I'm not familiar with a psychological.
You're not. You're also okay.
concept
Let me
called
let me educate you real quick, and then I'll bounce out so I don't quote steamroll you. What that looks
Exactly.
like is
Bounce out
when you
instead of
can't have a
respond.
conversation with me. What you do is you have somebody on the side all the way, so they can come in. It's called triangulating the conversation. Parker, you knew that, right? Since you're involved when you want to be, you know that, right?
Well, I think it's funny that you say that because Dean mostly does solo
I
debates
just
on his
asked a
live stream.
direct
If you
question.
actually
I didn't
watch,
ask what's funny. I didn't ask
Dean,
what's funny.
no,
See,
no,
now I'm
I
doing
just
it to you.
think it's
didn't ask you
ironic
what was
because
funny.
well, I don't
didn't
care.
ask you
I
what
just
was
think
funny.
I don't care. I just think it's ironic that you don't acknowledge
He's
that.
not answering my question.
I think it's
Dean,
ironic
would you
that you.
please treat him the same
Oh
way
my
you
gosh,
treated me
yo,
and
you're
mute him
crashing
now.
out.
Parker,
You're not gonna let me
crashing out.
speak?
Raising my voice because you guys are playing unfair.
You mean
That's
speaking
fine.
over
just
me and
can't
raising
let
your voice at
anyone
me and
speak.
instead of letting me
do
speak?
you know what triangulation means? It was the direct question. It's a yes or
let
no question.
someone else speak.
Right. And when he starts bullshitting, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Like you didn't, right? But I wasn't bullshitting.
Well, you think
So
every
do you
word
know
that
what
comes out of her mouth
triangulation
is
means, big
bullshit.
brain? Do you know what triangulation means?
I don't think either of us are familiar with a psychological concept called
Do
triangulation.
you know what reactionary abuse means?
I mean, I don't know how you're using the phrase. You've continued to repeat it. You think it's
Would you
something
would
that
you
we're
like
doing.
no would you like that wasn't a question to try to get a definition, was it? So real quick, reactionary abuse and triangulation, those are two things that you guys have done in this conversation. They're two things that Donald Trump does every single day in a press conference.
That's great.
When he can't answer a question, Pam Bondi. So Parker's your Pam Bondi. You understood that, right? And the reactionary abuse is saying something like,
Oh, never
Terrence,
never
enough
compare
again."
Parker to her.
But
That's
go ahead
that's
and
really
mute me
rude
for
of you.
5 minutes. No, I know it's really funny because you talked about how you want progress, and us talking doesn't get anything. But making satire and debates are the least effective ways to get change when it comes to bigotry, when it comes to racism, when it comes to the president being narcissistic. So you are the king of the debates as far as on TikTok. That's the most least fucking.
Address the change that we've been able to achieve that I
Wait,
specifically
Dean, he
told
just said
you.
it's ineffective, and then he's literally debating on the stream right now because he thinks it's effective to change our
No,
minds.
no,
Like,
no,
what
I
does he
was
think? What does he think he's
invited
doing? Like, I'm sorry. Do you
Hey,
think that all of
Parker,
your debates are ineffective?
Parker,
do you think
did you-
everything you do on here is ineffective?
Parker, that's called a false equivalency.
No, it's not. You're doing
no,
this right now.
100% is.
You're trying to do this
100%
because you
is.
think it will change our
and
mind.
also, Parker, you said that
Why
I was
else would
doing
you be
something
debating
about-
us?
Parker, you assumed, that's called assume. You assumed that when I asked you whether you protest or not, you actually went off on a thing causing me to go, oh, well, cool. That makes a point. When I asked you about protesting, Hit Dog's going to holler. No, I'd like to make the point. Parker and Dean can do a lot of things without actually having to be in the street. It still doesn't void the point. I asked you a question about it. You assuming where I'm going with the point is what you do with a lot of people. They let you do it because they're usually MAGA and people don't care. You're treating me the same exact way. If you
You're invalidating yourself, like using the terms kettling and reactionary abuse in inappropriate, wrongful ways. It fucks up your whole argument because it makes you seem like you're truly just trying to like pretend to be morally superior instead of offering feedback for constructive criticism. And it also discredits real instances where, you know, narcissists and verbal abusers inside of relationships, so on and so forth, will use those techniques to like legitimately, right, demean other individuals. Right? It waters down the definitions of those terms and what it means when somebody does them, and it inappropriately proves that you're just trying to play the, you know, the pure morally superior leftists, right? Compared to offering real feedback.
Like, again, like the whole point of coming on here is to change people's minds. He came up on the stream because he thinks that he can change our minds, or at least some people's minds in the chat, or he's going to do streams himself doing the same thing. Obviously, that's indicative of the fact that you do believe that you can change minds by doing stuff like this. And like Dean has already mentioned, he already gave explicit examples as to how there's been a real world effect from these live streams. We've seen this in our real life. We've had people come up to us literally in person and tell this to us. You can't sit here and tell us that it's not meaningful, that it has no impact, when we've seen the impact not only in person, but online every single day. It's dishonest. I think it's performative for you to say that, genuinely, because we know the real meaningful impact. We know that it actually impacts things. And you're just saying that because either like you just like hate us and you want to like attack us, or like there's just some random obscure reason that I wouldn't know.
Okay. Any last words? I'll give you like the mic if you want to say
Are you
anything before
guys
we move on real quick.
just real quick? Are you guys okay?
Yeah.
Parker, are you okay?
No,
Parker,
I'm
are you
okay.
okay?
No.
Okay, Dean, are you okay?
Yeah. I got a great coffee. Got some water too. Christmas Eve. Gonna
That's
spend
awesome.
The evening
That's
with
awesome.
some family.
Parker,
Can't wait.
do you think that what you just said to me is any different than when people are asked a question in Trump's administration and then they go, also, the way he skis over in that place, I don't know, he might be you're really a mild version of MAGA, brother.
I think that
Like,
you're
it's
a
really
mild version
scary.
of MAGA. I think that you're the one that
Right,
fights
right,
against
right,
progress.
right.
I think that you're the one that fights against change, right? You would rather like hold yourself to your ideological, right, perfection, but then when it comes to like real work in the real world, trying to change real minds, all of a sudden you take issue with anything that falls outside of that ideological perfection, and when it's not 100% aligned in all senses completely, you condemn it and equivocate it to MAGA per your own argument. That's actually not something you'd call a straw man. Per your own argument, that's not something that you'd refute, because that is your argument. You've repeated that we're like MAGA. You've repeatedly compared us to Trump and Pam Bondi. You repeatedly compare us to who you deem as the enemy, who we both deem as this ideological and material enemy. It's toxic, man. It fights against progress. It fights against change. And by the way, it just upholds bad stereotypes of leftists. Okay? Right? If you listen to somebody on the right talk about leftists, what they'll say is like, oh, purity culture, cancel culture. They're like, oh my God, all of these things, like they're so sensitive, snowflakes, you know, I'd stay in their echo chambers and do nothing all day, right? And it's like, those aren't true, dude. Oh my God, there's so many leftists that actually want real change and fight for every day. Like this guy named Will, he's a TikTok streamer, he's a leftist. I fucking love him. The same thing with a lot of the people in the chat that tune into this on a day-by-day basis, right? But then like, you actually are the virtue signaler. You actually are the person who just sits in the echo chamber. And when anybody falls outside of your ideological perfected beliefs to even like a percentage of a percent, like all of a sudden you equivocate them to the enemy. It's just A, a bad look for the left, B, specifically a bad look for leftists, you know, because it upholds those stereotypes, and C, an impediment to progress. Now, I'll give you an opportunity, like, that is the last thing I'm going to say. I mean, I'd assume that Parker doesn't have anything else to add on. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. If you want to give, like, a final response, feel free. I'll give you the last word.
Hey man, I hope you guys have a really, really good day. Every single thing that happened in here was 100% the way that you guys said it. These debates are definitely helping things as much as people that are standing up and going and getting change. You have yourself a great day, okay? You have yourself a class day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Oh, okay. I thought. I was like, maybe he's being serious and he was just trolling.
No, he's just trolling. Okay, yeah, no, he was just, yeah. I was like that wasn't serious. No, it was that was you know, him being satirical. Let's go to get that next Trump supporter loaded up in the box. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Here we go. All right, we got Haley loaded up in the box. Dude, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know, I honestly, you know, so I do really good at like controlling my emotions and like what I feel when engaging in debates because I've gotten used to it. But like, you know, that makes me really angry, and like probably not for the reason that you guys think. So what I had to say didn't like make me angry because he was like, you know, attacking me or Parker. It made me angry because I feel like he was invalidating the experiences of, you know, some of the people that have come up into this live and legitimately had their life changed for positive because of what we do. You know, like he's absolutely invalidating that girl who joined and said the only reason why her family agreed with her getting an abortion after she was raped is because of what we talk about on live. He's invalidating the fuck out of her. And like, that legitimately angers me. It frustrates me. Okay. Right. Because in order for him to argue that these lives, right, don't create progress and materially change individuals' lives for the better, he has to invalidate and ignore the change that actually exists. So I think that makes me pretty angry. So anyways, welcome in, Eric.
It's me again! I love you!
Dude.
You're my dad!
This kid is
One second.
literally,
Yeah.
after my stream, he kept doing that, and he literally did it to Adam on like 10 different accounts.
Yeah, before I kick you, age, I just want to know, age, like legitimately, how old are you, 12?
31 backwards.
Okay, so he's 13. I gotta say, he's a pretty smart 13-year-old, right? Because
Based fetus.
he knows how to like make the accounts in such a way that are conducive towards like us like picking on him. Like he'll get up like multiple times a day. Like think about like the deductive reasoning skills that it takes for him to first identify, right? Like the kind of people that we talk to then create like this profile of like what he'd have to like emulate in the creation of a TikTok account in order to get up here time and time and time again, and then to repeat that like time and time and time again. Like he's like a pretty smart 13-year-old. I'm not gonna lie.
W fetus.
Yeah, he definitely has a bright future. Definitely has a bright future. We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. Only hop inside of that queue. If you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Here we go.
W fetus.
Yeah. What's up? Do you support Trump? Hello? Okay, Tora's not here. Moving on to our next guest, Carson. We got Carson loading up from Ohio. Here we go, guys. Hey, Carson, do you support Trump?
Hell yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
15.
Get out of here, Carson. Guys, in order to be in the queue, you do have to be a Trump supporter. You do have to be an American. But you do also have to be at least 18 years old. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could try your best to follow those rules. We have a little bit over an hour left on stream, so, I mean, not too long. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys could just follow those rules, please. Moving on to the next guest. We also got a whole lot of people to thank. I didn't want to interrupt that last guest. I feel like the conversation was already chaotic enough. But Brianna, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Who says Merry Christmas, Dean, and Happy Holidays. Happy Holidays. Merry Christmas, Brianna. Thank you. Then Ben, thank you so much for the $10. Who says Caller wants points, Dean wants progress. Only one person is trying to go home smarter. I honestly think that's a very fair categorization of that conversation, Ben. You know, I actually really like you, Ben. I really like you. You're always making really like fair, good points. You should consider like getting into something in politics based upon your messages. I think that you definitely could be very successful. Thank you for the $10, Ben. And then Nabil, thank you for the $10 as well. He says, this guy's literally the biggest idiot you've had up here. Everything he says is internally inconsistent. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that he's definitely an idiot. We've just had other idiots that are maybe a little bit more like harmful than him, you know. Not to say that he's a harmless idiot because he impedes progress and that's harmful, but you know, I'd argue that the Trump idiots are a lot more harmful than him, you know? Thank you for the $10, Nabil. Show some up to Nabil. And Michelle, oh my God, thank you for the $100 over on Venmo. Yo, show some love to Michelle down below in that comment section. You are nuts. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. I do not deserve a single penny of that. Thank you for the honestly really kind Christmas gift. Let's go, dude. Show some love to Michelle down below in that comment section. Michelle with $100 just says happy holidays. Happy holidays to yourself, Michelle. All the love in the world to you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. Show some love to Michelle down below in that comment section. Thank you so much. As well as Zach, thank you so much for the $25 on Venmo. Says neither clairvoyant nor copacetic mean what he wants them to mean by how he used them. Yeah, I thought that like clairvoyance was like an ability to talk to the spirits, and then he was like, we're having a real clairvoyant conversation. Like, what the fuck did that even mean? Thank you, Zach. That is EAK. And then Rami, thank you for the $50 over on Venmo. Saying thank you. Well, thank you, Rami, and happy holidays. Thank you so much for the love. Please show some love to Rami down below in that comment section right now for the $50. Thank you for your kindness. Seriously, Rami, I think that you're awesome. And then Sammy, thank you so much for the $40 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Sammy. Let's get forward to Sammy W's, who says, schooling, the fake leftist hater just made me proud of all the work you and Parker do every single day and all the more. Oh, thank you, Sammy. Show some love to Sammy down below. Thank you for the $40. And then Ben with the $10. This came in 20 minutes ago when we were talking to that last guest. He says this guest can't have a conversation. He interrupts so much, and I feel like you're arguing with pop-up ads. Dude, dead ass, Ben. Thank you so much for the love. We definitely have a couple other people to thank, but we are just going to try to get that next Trump supporter up in here before we do. Parker, if you have anyone to thank, feel free to hop in here as well.
I'll do as soon as you're done.
I bet. But Jade, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
So no, I don't. I just wanted a few points to speak with my grandmother.
I'm sorry, Jade. Listen, join my Discord. The reason why I kicked you is that just because you don't support Trump, I could also hear you in a car. If you are interested in like learning more like good points for these conversations, join my Discord. There's a bunch of good discussion that goes on in there every day. Honestly, I feel like the people in the Discord are pretty based, right? Pretty chill people over there. There's been a love-hate relationship with the Discord and the Discordians for quite a while now, but I feel like right now we're at a pretty good point. A bunch of good people that would definitely be willing to have a good conversation with you. What's going on, Rachel? Do you support Trump?
I'm sorry I jumped by accident.
No worries, Rachel. You have a good rest of your day and Merry Christmas. Do be patient while we get the next guest loaded up into the box right now. Okay. All right. Diego, if you say that you want to fight me, fight Parker, or box Parker, it means that you are a raging far left communist radical leftist.
You need a haircut.
I actually don't think I do. I think the hair actually looks pretty good right now.
I think I do. I think I definitely need a haircut.
It's okay.
You know what? Yeah, that is.
Wait. Happy Merry Christmas, bro. No hating tonight, bro.
You know what? You know what, Diego? Merry Christmas to yourself as well, my friend. You take care. Diego's been joining my streams for like the last 6 months, and every time he gets up here, he just like goes on for like 10 minutes about how badly he wants to like beat me up. You know, I've been working with him. We've been mending the hardened heart of Mr. Diego for quite some time now. I see a bunch of people in the chat saying that Brock isn't MAGA anymore. Yo, is this true?
Who converted Brock?
Yeah, who converted Brock, dude? 1 second. I think that we need to talk to Brock. We need to talk to the Brock, dude. Yo, somebody go send him a message. He checks his message requests. Go send him a message. Welcome into eSport Trump. Oh, they're gone. Yeah, I just got a really weird message. So I was just trying to load up my main account as a guest for like more push out to the audience over there. And it's telling me that my live access is suspended. But it's not, because I was able to join the queue.
On your main account?
Yeah.
That's so,
Hey, my bad,
really
Dean. Merry
glitched.
Christmas, Parker.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Space.
Christmas.
Isn't that weird?
That is really weird.
I think it's a glitch. Like, I would assume
I do think it too.
I would assume that this glitch will be gone in 3 days, which honestly isn't like too big of a deal because I'm not going to be live tomorrow most likely, because of Christmas, of course. Are you going live tomorrow?
Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna figure out what time I was. I don't know if I'll do in the morning or at night.
Oh, true. I also might be able to do like a short live at night.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of maybe doing it in the morning and then just hang out with family the rest of the day.
Yeah. Nice. Hey,
Yo.
Mikey, do you support Trump?
Nah, I don't. But Merry Christmas, though.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, man. All right, guys. I'm actually real quick just going to send a message off to Brock. Join my live at DNC Dean. We need to talk ASAP. Oh, I'm gonna lie to him to get him here. I have a nice Christian MAGA woman who wants to talk to you. Let's see. Yeah, thumbs up. Let's see. Thumbs up. Hashtag Jesus. Let's see if that'll get. Let's see if that'll get Brock. All right, moving on to the next guest. Here we go. We got Marie loaded up into the box right now. Also,
Hey, have you heard about that afterbirth AB that Trump may be involved in? You should look into that if you haven't.
Lake
Also,
Michigan?
that message is funny as fuck.
Lake Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't been talking about that much on live, although I did see it yesterday when I was doing my research for the video I put out, because I want to do a little bit more research into it, because I just want to do a little bit more research about the limo driver. That part's really confusing me. But welcome in.
Yo, I have the thing pulled up, by the way. I have if I can tell you the case number if you want to hear it.
Yeah. If you want to send it to me over Discord, I mean, I was looking at it yesterday. I literally spent like 3 hours researching all of the files. And by the way, for everyone in the chat saying it's not funny, I think he was referring to like another message, like what I sent to Brock. He did say it confusingly though. Hello, Tony.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, man. Are you here for good faith, productive, linear discussion insofar as why you support Trump as president?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, and
But
Tony.
before we get started, I think we both need an anxiety pen hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Elevation pen only.
I appreciate that.
So,
Okay.
you're trying to act kind, but see, the thing is I actually saw you on someone else's live and with only like 30 viewers, and you were going off about how you think I'm a grifter. And I do it all for the money, and I fake my donations.
I didn't say you faked them.
You okay? You didn't say that it was someone else, but you did call me a grifter.
You might be a little bit of a grifter.
Oh, wait, Brock just sent back a message saying, I don't want to talk to women right now. It's not actually a woman. That was just bait to get you to
Tony,
join.
so why is Dean a grifter?
Come over.
I don't know. Why does he need that thing up in the top corner there? He's already paid
like
by the DNC.
Well, I mean, I have to get the extra donations too. Like, we need DNC donations plus everyone else. Like,
no, I mean, you're right.
That supports the grift the most.
Yeah, like,
right.
I have my Venmo, my PayPal publicly accessible so people can support me. And I'm very grateful for the support that people show. And I literally think, and I can acknowledge this, like, I'm a very privileged individual. I could completely acknowledge that privilege. Okay, it is true completely. I think that, you know, although I do a lot of like investigative journalism and I put a lot of research into like the points that I bring up on live, I still think that I have like an incredibly easy job, and I'm very thankful for the position that I'm in, right? But I don't think that makes me a grifter. I just think that makes you jealous.
No, I do think you do a very good job, to be honest. Like, you do put in your time. I mean, you had to learn all your shit, of course. But
so then what makes me a grifter? You said it with certainty. You said Dean is a grifter, and you talked about it for like 15 minutes. But now all of a sudden you're talking to me.
Why are you stalking me? You're stalking me.
No,
wow.
I wasn't stalking you.
You're obsessed with me. Sounds like you're
wait, the
obsessed
switch up
with
is
me
kind
now.
of crazy though. Like, seriously, the switch up is crazy.
Hold up. Now I'm starting to think you're obsessed with me.
Wait, all of the people
Why
in
are
the
you
30 view
watching
chat are
me?
going to make fun of you now because you literally changed your mind just because you were in front of so many people.
Hell no. I still think he's a little bit of a grifter.
Why?
Like, Shannon, thank you for the $20 for the grift, by the way. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm saying.
You get mad
I
at the
don't care.
donations. Well, guess what? We've actually gotten quite a few, you know, a lot of Christmas presents, which, by the way, I'm like, fucking thank you guys so much for all the love.
Hell yeah.
And in fact, I think that now would be a
Merry
good
Christmas
time
to you
just
guys.
go
Merry
thank a couple other
Christmas.
people here super duper quickly. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Where do they go? There it is. Kelly, thank you for the $86.47 over
Yo,
on
can I say
Venmo.
something?
After I finish, thank you, Kelly. Thank you
Yeah,
so
no
much for
problem.
the love, Kelly. Let's get 800
W
Kelly
Kelly.
W's down below in that comment
Kelly.
section for the $86. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, Kelly. I'd also like to thank Sarah for the $15 over on Venmo. Says happy holidays, Dean. Happy holidays to yourself. Thank you for the love. Zach with the $5. Scott with the $20 who says Merry Christmas, Dean. I hope you and your family have a great new year. I wish I could send more. Dude, Scott, never say that. No, thank you for the $20. Show some love to Scott down below in that comment section. Let's get 200 Scott W's. Then Zoe with the $10. Thank you so much. Who says you made a huge impact on my life. Happy holidays. The kids are all right. Oh, Zoe, that makes me so happy. Thank you for being here and thank you for the $10. Then Brianna, once again, thank you for the $10 as well. Sarah with a 5, and then another Sarah with a 50 cents over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you for the $20. Xander, who says tell Parker needs to regrow that mustache. A Christmas miracle. A Christmas miracle. Thank you for the $20, Xander. Rachel, thank you for the $10. Who says me and my sister love you and Parker so much. Have a very Merry Christmas from Reggie and Rachel. Reggie and Rachel, love you guys too. You guys have a Merry Christmas as well, okay? Then also Robert with a $5. Nicole, thank you for the $11, saying happy holidays from Germany. Happy holidays to you and Germany. Mel, thank you for the $10, who says the same thing. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. Gordon, thank you for the $5. Mia with a $5. Then Carissa, thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal. Thank you so much. Then Darius, thank you for the $10. This was actually messaged to Teal saying, please read. Caller is insane. You're not performative. Even if Trump stopped existing, you'd still be able to debate and debunk right-wing ideology. Trump is not the reason why you earned our trust. Oh, Darius, I love you. Thank you for the $10, my friend. And Elizabeth, thank you for the $50 over on PayPal, who says, been a few weeks since I've watched. I've been really struggling hard with my mental health in the holidays. Merry Christmas, Dean. Thank you all for that, for all that you do. Oh, well, first and foremost, Elizabeth, I'm really sorry to hear that you've been struggling with your mental health. Second of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you for being here. Please show some love to Elizabeth down below in that chat for the $50. And then Oliver, thank you for the $20 over on PayPal. One moment. Who says, keep doing what you're doing. You're a light in this world, and it makes me pleased that we have young people like you. Thank you for the $20, Oliver. And then what did you just say?
Why do you buy views? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, dude. He buys all of the views he has. Can I say thank you to a few people, by the way, real quick?
Yeah. Thank all your
Parker,
donors.
I would
Parker.
love if you
thank all your donors.
Yeah, Abigail, thank you so much for the 20. I appreciate it. Thank you. I just saw that now. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Rami, thank you so much for the $50. Really appreciate some W's for Rami in the comment section right now. Thank you. Sammy, thank you so much for the 5. Sharp with the $100. Thank you so much, Sharp. I appreciate it. Thank you. Junior with the $1. Tiffany with the $3. Benjamin with the 10. And Sonia, thank you so much as well for the $20 for the grift. Can we get some W's for them? Mel, thank you for the 10. Grace, thank you for the 2. Gabriella, thank you so much for the 5. Shay, thank you for the 5. And Gray, thank you for the $1. And Elite Gunner, thank you so much for the 25. And Giorgio, thank you so much for the 25 as well.
Okay, I gotta thank my gifters. Thank you. Nobody. Fuck. Anyways,
so you said that I bought my views. Why do you think I bought my views?
dude, I was watching another streamer and he was saying that's what you do.
Who?
You guys, I don't know what his name was. Fuck.
Wow, someone else on the internet.
It's kind of irrelevant. It's so irrelevant because
okay.
I don't have. Like...
Can I demonstrate the absurdity of that claim to you?
Sure, go ahead.
So not only do I just get like a high level of viewership on my TikTok streams, but we also get a high level of likes on the TikTok stream. So you'd have to accuse me of botting the likes. We also get a lot of people in the comment section. Everybody watching, if you hear my voice, say hey down below. You'd have to accuse me of botting the comment section. Of course, all those accounts would have to be really good bots. We also right now have 4,500 people watching over on YouTube. You'd have to accuse me of botting the YouTube views. You'd also have to accuse me of botting the YouTube comments, the YouTube likes. And on top of the live streams, you'd have to accuse me of botting my TikTok followers on my main account and second account, my Instagram followers at 3 million, my Twitter followers at 500,000, my Threads followers at 300,000, my YouTube subs at close to 500,000, plus all of the fan accounts that exist would all have to be fake too, because I just have no motion, quite frankly. And then on top of that, you'd have to accuse me of botting all the views on every post on TikTok, all the views on every post on YouTube, all the views on every post on Twitter, all the views on every post on X,
Dean is loaded,
and all the views on every post on Threads,
right?
all the comments
DNC
on every
must be
post.
funding all of this.
Yeah,
Why
all
is
the
DNC
listen,
funding you for this?
all the comments on every post everywhere, all the saves on every post everywhere, all the likes on every post everywhere, all the reposts on every post everywhere, and on top of that, because don't worry, my friend, we're not done. You would also have to accuse me of continuing to bot these things every single day, every time I tweet, every time I post, every time I have a growth in my following count, every time I go live, and then the information that you wouldn't be able to explain, even if you were to believe in this crazy hypothesis, would be all the YouTube super chats, because if I had no real viewers, then why am I getting real money from real viewers?
DNC,
you wouldn't be able to explain the TikTok
DNC.
gifts. You wouldn't be able to explain the fan accounts. You wouldn't be able to explain the fake accounts on Facebook that have gotten 700,000
DNC,
followers,
dude, it's all funded
300,000
by the
followers,
DNC.
500,000 followers.
See,
And
just
you
got
wouldn't be
called
able
out.
to explain that if you were to go to a political event where people are involved in politics and randomly ask them all, hey, have you ever heard the name Dean Withers? Why around 3 to 4 out of every 10 people that you ask that question under the age of 35 would say yes. So I just hope that really demonstrates the absurd nature of your claim.
You think you're sick, don't you?
Well, I just think I'm
just
right.
kidding. No, you are right. You're right. No, you are
Damn.
definitely. You're known. You are definitely known. I'll give you that.
So he doesn't bot.
Who do you think's more known, Parker or Dean?
Obviously, Dean. What?
Are you sure?
Bro, don't even question that. That makes you look dumb, honestly.
But Parker's the OG, okay? Parker's the OG. So don't.
Are you kidding me? So Dean, you surpassed Parker. How do you feel about that, Parker?
I'm heartbroken. I'm so sad every single day. I'm so jealous. I just can't believe it.
No, don't be jealous, Parker. Don't be jealous. But no, that's good for Dean. Good for Dean. Good for you guys. You guys are both doing well for yourselves. I'm not gonna.
Wait. How are we doing well? We just bought it all over engagement.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Well, the more you buy, like the more views you get, then people see all those views and they come in, they want to stay. They're like, "Oh, this guy probably knows what he's talking about," but he doesn't.
No, that's not how it works at all. That's not how it works at all. I mean, I've seen other creators that bought their engagement a lot. That's just simply not how it works.
Can you tell me what vape flavor or nicotine you're using?
Okay, dude, this guy's not serious at all.
No, he is. Parker, he
There's
is.
no way he's a Trump supporter.
I would believe that he was a troll if I didn't see him on a random live with 30 viewers, right, like hating on me for like 30 minutes straight. Like, he's actually not a troll. And that's kind of the crazy part, right?
That just doesn't make sense to me. But the switch up is crazy because he definitely was not willing to argue it here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Parker, have you ever met Isabella?
Hi.
I don't think so.
I want you to give
I
Isabella.
actually only joined because why are people DMing me about someone named Brock?
Oh,
Actually,
Isabella, don't worry.
and then
about
I
it.
got added in his freaking comments on his page.
I don't like Isabella. I'm gonna be honest. Don't like you, but I'm still very sorry about that. You don't deserve that.
Okay, I was just very confused with my DMs flooding my thing about, oh, like, there's this dude Brock on the live, get on here, he's trying to talk to you, and all this crap.
Yeah, just ignore it. It'll go away.
And then they gave my ad away or something, and I was like, why am I getting tagged?
Yeah. Parker, I just wanted to show you something real quick. Give Isabella single-handedly your most damning argument why Donald Trump is a bad president. The most damning argument.
Okay. Like most damning, like that puts a little bit of like a stress on it. Okay, I'll give a damning argument. Okay, Isabella, would you vote for Donald Trump if he called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders?
Well, when did he do that? And, oh, wait, we've talked about this before.
The answer to your question is yes. I've already tried that one. Give a more damning argument.
Because he only reposted.
How about this?
He didn't actually say
I'll
it.
do this one. This one hasn't been run in a while. Would you vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
Okay, I already said I don't support him as a person.
Okay, so no, but would you vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
Wait, say that again?
Would you vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
And this was like true.
Yes, like they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman.
I mean, okay, well, I wouldn't support them.
Okay, well then you don't support Trump because he was held
Okay,
civilly
no, I
liable
don't
of
support him
sexually
as a
abusing a woman.
person. But like I said, it was the better of the odds within presidency during the election.
So you would vote for Donald Trump if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
Well, I did vote for him, so.
Okay, so then would you vote for Donald Trump if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child?
No.
Okay, what's the relevant difference between the victim being an adult and the victim being a child? That means in one scenario you would vote for someone who did that, but not in the other scenario. Or in terms of Donald Trump.
But this was all
his
before
policy
he was
is the
president.
same regardless. So?
So it wasn't done while he was president.
Okay, so if he was held civilly liable of sexual abuse prior to presidency, would you still vote for him? Of a child?
If this was already known during his presidency and it happened during his presidency, then I wouldn't have vote for him.
No,
but
no, if he did it in the
then.
90s, if he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child in the 90s.
Well, I wouldn't have known about that because that was so long ago.
No, you would. Like, you know about it right now. Like, I'm saying the vote is about to happen right now. But
Because
you know that he's been
also,
held
how
civilly
is that
liable of
possible?
sexual abuse
How
of a
can you
child.
run for presidency if that was the case?
Okay, because it only means that people who have or above the age of 35 can run. Like, as long as you're an adult and American, you can run. Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeffrey Epstein could have run for president.
Yes, but if you're held civilly and like legally, like how did he not go to prison for any of this?
Well, because it was in a civil court, not a criminal court, because of statute of limitations, which limits them from holding him accountable in a criminal court. And by the way, you guys voted for him for president of the United States. He would have gone to prison for his 34 felonies if you didn't vote for him.
Oh, so you're basically saying you can do whatever if you weren't president. If you were president.
No, I'm just saying because he was president, they didn't put him in prison because there'd be issues, legal issues, with the president being behind bars.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, the point stands. Why would you vote for Donald Trump if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, but you wouldn't vote for him if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child? Because it's not going to be a difference in the standard of evidence.
But that didn't happen during his presidency.
In neither circumstance did it, and you said you wouldn't vote for him if the victim were a child.
And I'm not voting for someone's personal life or anything like that.
Okay, so again, Donald Trump could, under your view, have sexually assaulted children in the Epstein files, and you'd still vote for him?
Well, no, that's terrible.
Okay, so if he did do that, you wouldn't vote for him?
If he did that now during his presidency, if he did
Only
it,
if he did it. So
during
if
the
he assaulted a
presidency.
child before his presidency, you'd vote for him?
Wait, say that again?
If he assaulted a child before he was president, you'd still vote for him?
Well, I'd have to do more research on it and see if it was true and everything.
No, if you knew it was true. You're certain that it happened.
If I was certain, it was 100% sure that he did that, would I still vote for him?
Yes.
Well, probably not.
Probably. And okay, so you wouldn't. Okay. The point I'm then saying is that you would vote on moral character then. So you do care about moral character enough to say that like some things they could do are disqualifying. Then why is it not disqualifying if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
Because that happened, like you said, in the 90s. That happened way before he was even known or anything like that.
So wait, he was
Because
known
then,
at
if
the
that was
time,
the
but
case,
so
then we should be judging everyone on their character from all the way back to their
Isabella,
years.
Isabella, if someone raped someone 25 years ago, would you be friends with them?
Well, I'm not 25 years old, so probably not.
Okay, so again, the whole argument you're making makes no sense. Just because it's been 20 years, 30 years doesn't change anything because we're talking about rape.
Well, yeah, they also would be put in prison if that was the case.
Oh, you guys voted for him even though he was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina against her will.
In a civil court. Why wasn't it taken to criminal court then?
Because of statute of limitations that meant after a certain amount of years that you couldn't try him in a criminal court regardless of the amount of evidence.
Okay, then how is he getting all these votes if all that happened?
Because you still are willing to support him and other people are still willing to support him, or many people are not informed on the matter and they don't even know that this is true. But once they hear about this and they actually are able to look into it, then they will believe it. But for a lot of people, they just didn't do the research.
Okay, well, I think obviously he's a terrible person, but when it comes to the economy and things like that, he's doing our country great, even though he is not a good person.
Okay, but to clarify, would you vote for him if he were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman? Or would you say that that's something disqualifying insofar as that you wouldn't support someone?
Yes, I'd say it's definitely disqualifying.
Okay, so then you don't
like him
support
at all.
Trump because he
Well-
was held civilly liable of sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll.
Okay, well, obviously that's disgusting and gross, but when it comes to the election, there's two people that you have to vote for, and I wasn't going to vote for Kamala.
Okay, but obviously Kamala's a better alternative given that Donald Trump has been held civilly liable of sexual abuse. He's bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where an 18-year-old
And
came out and
wasn't
said
this
there were
like
4 girls as young as
thousands of
15 years
years
old.
ago, though? People change.
We're talking about sexual exploitation. We're talking about sexual abuse. We're talking about like
And how long
literally
ago
him
was this?
sexualizing his daughter. This was in the past 20 years, and this is him as an adult, as a 50-year-old man. Like, I'm sorry, when you say that like we all change as people, you can probably talk about like small general things or comparative to what we're talking about. We're talking about some of the worst crimes you could possibly commit.
What is...
You understand, this is not like a typical scenario. This is not like someone just lied in the past, or even, it's not even like just someone cheated in the past. This is someone sexually abused a person, right? This is someone's bragging about sexually exploiting women and girls, right? That's like, I mean, it hits a point where you have to acknowledge that it's different than just anything that you would typically bring up.
I mean, yes, I know these are terrible things that people can do, but this was so, like, when did all this happen again?
1995, 1996.
See, that was
and for
literally
all
in the
of the
90s.
yeah, so
It's 2025. People, like, 30 years have passed, basically.
okay, so if he raped a child in the 90s, you'd still vote for him?
By the way, please use grape. I just got a restriction for
Sorry,
TOS.
I got you.
I don't think it's. that
It
big of a
says
deal,
for substances.
I was gonna say, I got that, and I'm confused because,
Really? Yeah, it's because of the anxiety pen.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So
that was
actually,
me.
Dean, that
Yeah,
is
my
your
fault.
fault, buddy.
Yeah, my fault. My fault.
Yeah, actually, you were twirling that too, apparently, during the last live too. But, anyways, still, I'm just saying that happened so long ago, and I'm Christian, and like it says, to forgive all.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Parker, I'm telling you. She's honestly like the most ingrained cult member MAGA person
I
I've
am
ever
not
met.
a cult member. You keep calling me
you
this.
are. So Isabella, you're not like usual cult members that we talk to, and they're just so like mean and evil to me, like when debating them, right? But you're a cult
Because
member.
I'm
in
not
the
mean and
sense-
evil.
There's just literally nothing Trump could do that would make you stop supporting him as
No, I
president.
think there definitely is. If he did this, like right now, okay, I would not support him. I wouldn't vote for him. If he did it during his last term, I wouldn't vote for him. I wouldn't support him.
Okay, so if he tried to undermine the 2020 election by trying to send false slates of electors to electoral college to cast Trump votes when he didn't win, to try to rig the election, would you still vote for him?
Well, he didn't do that during his presidency.
Wait, would
He
you
actually
still,
did.
Would you still support him as president if he was protecting rapists?
Well, is he doing that?
If he was, would you still support him?
I'd have to look into that and the sources.
If he was, would you still support him?
Probably not.
He is.
And how?
Because he refused to release all of the Epstein files by the legal deadline.
But
And
didn't
then the
he
small
just
batches-
sign
and-
the stuff and everything?
And the small batches of the files that are being released are like incredibly redacted.
How? Because he literally signed.
And by the way, they
disclosure and
said some of
everything.
them are lies. They said they were like trying to say like the DOJ made a report like, oh please don't believe anything in the files, please. It's all fake in relation to Trump. It's a hoax. It's actually not real. All the stuff that
I thought
looked
they
bad about
were
Donald Trump,
releasing
it's
it.
not
I've been
actually
seeing
real.
it everywhere. They've been
Okay.
releasing them and everything.
So I apologize that this is happening at the same time that you're up here, Isabella. Brock, you're not here to talk to Isabella. You're here to talk to me. So Brock, I heard that you had a change of mind.
Was this Isabella?
Yeah, don't talk to her.
Hi, Isabella.
Brock, I heard that you had a change of mind, and you're no longer a Trump supporter.
I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know. I didn't know this is what you want me to talk about right now. This is a lot.
So, I mean, listen, dude. We're here.
Dude, I can't do
be
this
in
right
good
now on
faith.
Christmas Eve. I need to go do other things. I can't talk about this, man. This is too much.
Okay.
Bro, what?
Would it-
Didn't you join the?
Would it be
freaking
too much?
queue? What?
Well, because I asked him to. I did ask him to.
Oh.
Would it be too much if, I came at you from a very, very kind angle, right? Very welcoming angle, no
And what's Christmas Eve got to do with
meanness,
it?
No rudeness.
I have to go hang out with my family on Christmas Eve. I actually have a family. I have family values. Like a actual real
Okay,
Christian.
and I don't. I worked and now I gotta go. Like, bro, you what? You're just making
Okay,
a whole excuse right now.
Just stay on mute. Just stay on mute.
I wasn't on mute. You stay on
Okay,
mute.
well then,
What,
well then,
bro?
well then go on mute.
No, don't tell me what to do, freak.
Is this what you bring me up here for, Dean, all the time? Is just bring me up and
No.
make me get bullied by people all the time?
I don't.
I'm not bullying you. I'm just
No,
calling you
I'm-
out
I'm
on your
sorry.
stuff, bro.
I'm sorry. I
Isabella,
actually-
mute now.
I don't
Mute now.
No, bro.
Dude.
Who do you think you are? Thank you for the rose.
Brock, you have to stop telling people to mute now. You got to stop telling people to do that.
She's
Yeah, who
pissing
do you
me
think
off.
you
I thought she was
are?
attractive
Okay.
and smart. Now she's coming at me. You don't even know who I am. I'm way smarter than you, Isabella.
Bro,
Brock,
what is this
no, this
freaking
isn't-
huge
this
toxic
isn't-
masculinity
This
crap
isn't what I
happening
wanted.
Right now.
This isn't what I wanted, Brock. What I wanted was to talk to. Okay,
I thought
maybe.
she wanted to date me yesterday, and now I come up here and this is
What?
she's making fun of me for no reason.
Did you say I wanted to date you?
Brock, she don't know you.
I didn't even know. Yeah, people are adding me, DMing me about you, and I didn't even know you existed.
Okay, but Brock, this isn't the reason. This isn't the reason why I brought you up here. I brought you up here to talk to you about why you no longer support Trump, because we're all very interested. But if today's, a day that you're spending with your family, I get it. But
I don't know.
Are you crying?
Isabella, just one moment. No. Muted. Brock. If there'd be a better time, if you want to come back up, the day after tomorrow or something, I just, I want to talk to you. I want to have a good conversation with you and hear, why you're feeling the way you do and what made you stop supporting Trump. I'm very.
There's just so many reasons. I saw that Lake Michigan thing. What the Lake Michigan, is that real?
Wow. Yeah, that is real. Yeah, that was a real report to the FBI.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brock, you've been up here many, many times, and a lot of Trump supporters will come up here and just really cross the line, like really cross the line.
He did cross the line. He told me to mute.
Yeah, that was pretty rude. That was pretty rude. And I gotta say, Brock, out of all the Trump supporters that I bring up here, I feel like out of them all, like I can't think of a time right, that you have, just really put yourself far into that red zone of the category of people that we never bring back, we kick and just kind of forget about because they're like way too far gone and just like super duper duper crazy. So I think it's possible that, you could have a good heart here and really change and deconstruct those beliefs. And I want to be here for you in that. So does Parker. We want to be able to be here for you and talk to you and be a shoulder for you to lean on in this hard time of kind of coming terms to what you've believed in for the last long time and are now deconstructing. It's a psychologically hard process. It really is. Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
It's that, and there's just so many things I've just read and heard, and I don't know what to think.
Well, let me know.
But like, he's definitely not a good guy anymore. I can tell, but I don't know. He's still doing good for the economy. So
Come back after Christmas because you said that you had to drop and go spend some time with family. Come back after Christmas and
will you be on later?
I'm gonna be off in an hour.
Okay, and then Isabella, you don't want to date me or DM me?
Bro, what? Are you for real? Did you actually just say that on a live?
Well,
On like a TikTok live?
I'm curious.
Does this look like Tinder or Hinge or what?
Would you date me?
I don't even know who you are, bro. Huh?
Okay, I can't save you here, bro.
I'm a smart guy, and I'm like,
You're smart, dude. You just asked if I date you on a TikTok live.
She has a point,
Okay.
Brock.
hey, but like,
But like,
okay.
bro, I don't know what you look like. I don't know how old you are. I don't know anything about you. I didn't even know you existed till right now.
22.
Brock,
I'm
she does
22.
not know
I'm
if
6
you
foot.
mug.
I'm 6 foot. I'm 235
What
pounds.
does
I'm
that have
22
to
years old.
do with anything? What
incredibly-
does height or weight have to do with anything? What?
I'm 235 pounds, but like not
This
fat.
has
though. I'm,
never
like, incredibly
happened to me
ripped.
before, and I'm just in awe. What in the world? What?
Isabella,
I mean, I'm just curious.
if you just want me to,
This is
Yeah.
what I know. This live is not a matchmaking like thing. What?
It's not. It's definitely
just-
not.
I was about to
saw-
say.
You
I
just
don't think
sounded
this
really
live
smart. I
is like a
heard you.
freaking dating thing. What?
I heard you debating yesterday, and you sounded like really smart and
Oh,
you're a
thanks.
conservative
Thanks for the support.
Christian girl.
Well, thank you,
So you wouldn't ever want to talk to me ever?
brother. What?
Okay, well, I'm gonna
I
leave now.
don't think so. Since you're trying to hijack a live, trying to like get me on you. What?
Brock.
Maybe if you texted me and not on the live, like what in the world? That was the dude that I was getting DMs about.
Yeah, Isabella.
Okay.
Did he leave like crying?
That's what what?
Like, did anyone else hear him like with the tears there at the end? Listen, don't
I
let
thought
him.
he was crying already when he got in.
Don't let him guilt trip you. That's pathetic, Brock. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're still listening, pathetic. Okay, don't do that. Weird.
I was
Super
gonna say,
weird.
why were you like crying and getting all emotional talking about just not being MAGA anymore or something? It's not that deep, bro. At least I don't think so.
Well, Isabella, completely detached and separate from that last conversation we're having. I just think the reason why you don't think it's that deep, right? Specifically, right, like leaving the cult is because I don't think that your thoughts are too deep, Isabella.
Are you calling me slow and dumb?
Whoa, I wouldn't.
My
refer to
thoughts
you
aren't
as
too
slow. I
deep.
think
Okay, they
that's-
weren't too
I
deep
think that's a
the
pretty
other day.
derogatory
Yes,
term.
I will.
I
not-
don't think that you're that smart though.
Okay, well, I already knew what you thought about me, but okay.
But come on, dude. I've talked to you so many times. Parker's talked to you.
And like
we're trying
I
to change
said,
we're trying to change your mind, and
like I said, I wouldn't support him if he did all these things that aren't justified during his presidency.
Okay, so then, like, here, let me ask you a question. What policy of Donald Trump's did he influence to get passed that you think is good?
What policies? Okay, well, I think his immigration policies probably, and then there was another one. I forgot though right now.
Okay, okay. So what immigration policy?
Well, I just like his whole. Oh, and what he was doing with the tariffs as well.
Okay, so what immigration policy? And then we can go to tariffs.
Well, just that he like has almost not hasn't stopped it obviously, but is trying to like get rid of illegal immigration.
Okay. So again, I'll ask you this question: what particular immigration policy did you like of his to address
Well, I
that?
can't name it right now. I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
But
Then I'll ask you.
specifics.
I'll ask you about tariffs. What is a tariff?
Okay. A tariff is when it comes from common goods, and it's the shipment that we get from common goods and everything.
What the hell?
Okay, no, I know what a tariff is. It's
No, you
because
don't. It's a tax on an imported good.
yeah, it's the ones that we get from other countries, and then we also get taxed for that, like all of our gas and stuff like that, and oil
Okay.
and everything.
Can I ask you the question? Who pays that tax?
Us.
We do? Okay, so the American business importing the product and it's passed down to the American consumer. So if we're paying that tax, doesn't that make it worse off for the everyday average American
No,
in terms
but
of their
he's
consumer
trying
products?
to like he stopped it because not stopped it, but he's trying to have more like
Domestic
American
manufacturing?
Yeah,
Did you know
and
that real domestic manufacturing investment has declined for yet a third quarter under the Trump administration?
but like I said before yesterday, I said this yesterday, before it gets really super amazing, it has to get bad.
Okay, so I don't understand why a tariff would cause a decrease in the level of domestic manufacturing if it's supposed to cause an increase. Maybe then there's some reasoning that exists there for that, but really, to me, this tells me that the cost of the cost imposed by an increase in the material price is causing a disincentivization to invest into these firms for manufacturing.
What was the last part?
It's disincentivizing people to invest into American manufacturing because the cost of manufacturing is more expensive because materials that they get from countries around the world have now become more expensive
Okay,
because
well
of
that's
the
not
tariffs.
true because
It
we're
is
still
true.
getting because we're still getting all of our stuff. And also, no, he's trying to make sure that we get American, more like American manufactured goods.
Yeah, again, if domestic manufacturing investment declines, which means a manufacturing investment in the country, wouldn't that mean that there's going to be less in manufacturing?
Wait, can you say that again?
If there's another decline in domestic manufacturing investment, which means investment in the country in terms of manufacturing, doesn't that indicate that then they have less money to then increase the amount of manufacturing that there is, and actually there'd be less manufacturing?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm telling you that the reduction in the level of investment is indicative of the fact that there's going to be less manufacturing in the country, at least being built and invested into.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then what? No, because also gas is lowest it's been here in Denver.
Yeah, that's by 2 cents on average in the country over the past year.
Exactly.
Okay, what did Trump do to cause that? 2 cent difference.
Okay, I don't like how you're putting an emphasis on the 2 cent part.
It's a 2 cent difference, literally.
But no, like literally, Denver has the second lowest gas in all of the U.S.
I don't
cannot tell me.
think that's true.
Actually, there's parts of Denver where that is true. Now,
Really?
don't
Let's go,
miscategorize that statement. Now, downtown Denver,
Mm-hmm.
the price of gas is high. Boulder,
Yeah,
it's
that's what
maybe
I
a
would
little,
expect.
it's higher than average. But surprisingly,
Mm-hmm.
surprisingly, on there's like it's literally only like I want to say a couple blocks. There's a couple blocks going into Denver from Boulder. So you've driven down this road if you take the exit. Driven down this road if you take the right exit. I think it's like I-25, where you could seriously get a gallon of gas for, what did I see? It was like $2.25. So I did see that firsthand. You are right about that. I thought that was pretty nuts. But it's seriously only like 3 gas stations. Off of Evans, it's $1.77 today. Off I-25, it's literally $1.77.
Yeah, but the point we're making is that, again, this was pretty similar about a year ago, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. Obviously, I wouldn't know local areas like that, but Based on the averages, it's a 2 cent
Oh,
difference.
sorry, I was reading the comments saying that I buy a lot of imported products. Whatever.
Right,
Okay,
but
anyways.
but you know that's bullshit because you live in Boulder. What is Boulder gas going for right now?
I don't know. I don't buy it here a lot. I go back and forth from the Springs in here.
You don't buy gas in Boulder? Like before you leave, you don't stop by Boulder gas station on your
Well,
way
it
out?
depends because then our power went out and everything, and those gas didn't even freaking work.
Yeah, it's because the gas stations in Boulder are shit.
Yeah, exactly. What? Okay. Yeah, exactly. I think the last time I probably got it was like a few months ago or like a month ago, and it was probably like $2.50.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I was there a couple months
Wait,
ago.
actually,
I was there a couple
that's for
months
the
ago. You're
lowest.
capping.
I think that was the lowest though, and I get not premium. I get
Also, I just
mid-grade.
wanted to read a
280.
message from Brock. Brock just texted me and said, "Somebody told me that she likes me. Sorry if that was awkward. Tell her I'm sorry, please." So somebody DM'd Brock and told Brock that you liked him. And Brock,
God.
Brock is,
Poor
Brock believed them. Brock believed them. So he came up here
Aw.
with that preconceived notion that, you liked him. He was set
Oh
up.
yeah, he came
Whoever-
up here and then told me to go mute. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Never
you know
mind.
what?
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point.
If you
did
believed it,
like
then why were
him,
you being rude?
And
What
then the
the heck?
first time he was like, "Mute, please. Go mute, please."
He didn't add the
Yeah.
please there. He said mute now.
Yeah, no,
He
please.
said
Seriously,
mute
that was
now.
rude.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was rude.
The
That was
please
fucked
would have
up.
maybe made it the 0.1% better.
All right, yeah, that was pretty fucked up of him. Now that I think about it, you make a really good point.
Why, thank you.
That's like the only good point you've ever made in your whole life.
The number one
Okay.
first good point made on the stream.
Actually, I was right also about the gas. So there's 2 points in this. Let's get this straight.
Dude,
Okay.
that's just such a gross misrepresentation. Like I literally know the 2 gas stations in Denver that you're talking about because I drove by them like a month ago when I was coming back from Boulder for Halloween weekend. And once you go like a block beyond those 2 gas stations, it's back up to like above the country average. So you grossly misrepresented that point.
Okay, well, still, it proved my point though. And even so,
Dude, like a gas station, 2 gas stations in Denver selling gas for $1.77 doesn't
cheapest
mean that
in the
price-
U.S.
At 2 fucking gas stations. I don't know how to explain those 2 gas stations. I have no explanation, right? But that's not like a representation of the
But
average
it shows
gas
that the
station.
tariffs are working
Oh, by the way, I have a question.
and helping the economy.
Denver, are they liberal or conservative?
Okay, we already know the answer to this, so why are you asking me this?
They're liberal, so you're saying that liberal policies are
Okay,
getting you cheap
literally,
gas?
liberals have nothing to do with the gas. What?
Oh, okay, so then why do the conservatives?
I'm talking about the presidency does, not conservatives as a whole.
So what did Trump do to reduce the price of gas?
Tariffs and everything.
How did tariffs reduce the
also
price of gas? How did tariffs reduce the price of gas?
Because we get gas imported, we get oil imported and everything.
But when did that increase the price of gas? Like earlier, you did tell Parker that inevitably the end consumer pays for a part of that tariff.
I mean, yes, we do, but
All of a sudden, there's just a really big hole in your hypothesis.
no,
Yep,
I don't see the hole in my hypothesis.
I see a big hole. Big hole, quite frankly, huge hole.
Isabella, I have a question. What would convince you that Trump is a bad
I
person or
already
a bad president?
said that I wouldn't support him. Well, I already don't like him as a person, obviously, but I wouldn't support him if he did any of those things to women, children, or whatever during his presidency.
Wait, why not before?
Why does it have to be during his presidency?
Because, like I said, okay, it happened before, and like I said before, people can change. Like, you guys have definitely said some things that you could probably get canceled for years ago, and then
Don't
we're gonna
do
bring those
it.
back and whatever.
Oh my god! Don't compare. Listen, it was wrong when I used the N-word when I was 14 years old. To
Wait,
refer to
I didn't
one
know
of my-
you did,
To
but
refer to one of my
alright,
white friends when they sent me a Fortnite edit. But like, do not compare that to
I
Donald
didn't know
Trump
you said that, but
sexually
anyways.
exploiting naked little girls at Miss Teen USA. That's outrageous.
No, I'm just saying people have done things in their past where they also can be ashamed of it and everything. And also, like I said, as a Christian,
but
you're
don't
supposed to
compare
forgive.
those two things.
but as a Christian as well, you're supposed to protect
redneck pastor, get your ass up here. I sent you an invite. You're always chirping in the chat. Get up here. Go ahead.
Called out.
Oh my God, I want to talk to him. And he's joining. Okay, Isabella, thanks for joining. This conversation is going nowhere as usual. Have a great rest of your day and Merry Christmas,
You
okay?
too. Merry Christmas.
Redneck pastor. So this is like the pro-racism pastor.
Who thought I was racist?
You have a Confederate flag in your profile picture. What do you mean? Who said you are racist? You did.
So
he's gonna correct you. It's not the Confederate flag. It's a rebel flag. First of all, it's the rebel. Is that what you're gonna say?
It is a rebel flag. The Confederate flag is completely different.
Too predictable, bro.
Yeah, it's predictable that you guys would actually say that.
Do you think that slavery should have been left up to the states?
I don't think it should have happened at all, but it did.
No, do you think it should have been left up to the states?
Yeah, I answered your question.
No, I asked you a very specific question. Do you think that slavery should have been left up to the states?
And I answered your question. Take it or leave it.
Oh, are you? So it sounds like you're outside. Are you driving? Or it kind of just sounds like you're standing by a roadway.
No, I am literally sitting outside of my apartment. There's a main road right next to it.
Can you sit inside of your apartment?
When I get ready to go in, yeah.
Why can't you go into your own apartment right now? So there's
because I'm smoking a cigarette and I can't smoke inside my apartment.
Okay, all right, just put it out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let a liberal tell me what to do. Okay.
Yeah, be a little good boy.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna.
Isn't that polite? You're a pastor, right? You're supposed to be polite, right?
No, I don't.
Your pastors are. Wait, you don't think the Bible commands you to be polite?
No, where does it say that?
Love thy neighbor does not include being polite and being decent.
Love thy neighbor does not say be polite. It just says to love thy neighbor. Loving thy neighbor is telling thy neighbor the truth and being honest. That does not mean be polite. So let me ask you a question. Since you want to bring up polite,
wait, so you would tell the truth in every single scenario? You wouldn't ever lie.
Hold on. I'm actually going to explain this to you. Was Jesus polite in the synagogues when he was flipping tables?
The table. I predicted it.
Was that polite?
You're so predictable.
Well, wouldn't you claim that would meet some sort of criteria for righteous anger? Whereas here that you aren't actually describing any some sort of righteous anger by doing so?
Am I showing anger in any way, shape, or form?
Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, you were trying to portray it. You were making a comparison to him having righteous anger, so I was just describing his actions.
No. I didn't say anything about anger. You said polite.
Yes, I understand. And I was saying that in the situation with Jesus, that was righteous anger.
Listen.
Under your perspective, at least.
You literally just said, aren't Christians supposed to be polite? No, nowhere in the Bible says that we have to be polite. We just share the gospel. We don't have to be polite to anybody. We just share the truth. If you don't want to accept that, then that's on you. That's your problem.
Wait. I have a question. So why do you as a pastor, right, of a Christian church smoke cigarettes, considering the fact that it's contrary? Okay. The TV.
Come again?
The TV is pretty loud. Can you go into a room?
My TV's not even all the way up, dude. You're complaining about every little thing.
It's really...
Dean invited me up again. And Parker's in here.
I mean, if the TV's an issue, I can turn it off, but we live in a studio.
I don't even know why it's even an issue. The TV's not even up that loud. We live in a studio apartment. There are no other rooms.
Okay, it is kind of loud.
She took her collar off.
Wow.
Baby girl, come here a second.
It's not even that loud.
It's pretty loud.
I also just wanted to say in Matthew 12, in Matthew 12, it does reference like the agape version of love, which would be like unconditional kindness. And also I can read specifically Matthew 7:12, where it says treat others how you'd want them to treat you. Alongside let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you must know how you ought to
Okay,
answer
so
each person.
Parker, do not quote the Bible if you don't believe in it, because even the devil quoted the Bible to Jesus Christ when he was trying to tempt him in the
Well, you are
desert.
right. I am Satan.
So,
I am Satan embodied in the flesh.
oh, I know you are.
Oh!
I'm not going to debate that. I know you are.
Oh, you think that we're literally Satan?
I'm Satan.
because
He
guess
thinks I'm
what?
Satan embodied in the flesh.
Yo!
Listen,
Thank you, everybody, for all the support. I'm actually getting through. Payton, P-A-T-A-N. I promise you that, actually. I'm
Okay.
in the flesh right here. I promise you that, okay?
Yo, honestly,
Antichrist Parker, demonic Parker
I have
in the
to.
chat.
Yo, Deborah, thank you for the $100 over on YouTube Super Chat. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, Deborah. That is so kind of you. Thank you for the love. I want to see 1,000 Deborah W's down below in that chat for the $100, wishing me a Merry Christmas, donated to the Satanic Temple of Dean Witherson Parker. Thank you so much for the $100, Deborah. That is so kind of you. As well as Dog Trainer, thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat. On Venmo, we also got a bunch of people to thank. First and foremost, Mary. Thank you for the $100 as well, Deborah and Mary. Let's go. Show some love to Mary down below. That is so incredibly kind of you. I do not deserve that. Mary with $100 says, Merry Christmas, Dean. Yo, real quick, Mr. Pastor, can you wish Mary a Merry Christmas?
I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. It's a great holiday.
Yeah, say Merry Christmas, Mary. Thank you for sending Dean $100.
I won't say that because I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in thanking people for their kind? Aren't you a pastor?
No, I don't believe in thanking somebody just because they send you $100 for no freaking reason because you're on live stream.
Oh, wait, I don't.
But
don't
like,
you
that
get
was nice of them.
Why do I have to thank the person? They're sending it to you, not me.
Don't you
Because
get?
it was nice. It was nice of them to do that.
And don't
so like
you-
you should just
Okay,
like out of
so
kindness,
it's not-
like I'm gonna say thank
Okay,
you to like the
so-
donors as well. Thank you guys so much for sending in the donos. Can we get some W's to the donors in the chat?
Also, like,
Like, you see?
aren't
Just
you a
shout of
pastor?
respect.
Like, don't you literally get hundreds of dollars for
How
no
many-
fucking reason every day?
No, actually I don't. No, actually I don't. I don't get money like you do. I
What?
don't get any monetary gain from
You don't
being
collect.
a pastor.
You don't collect tithes.
I don't have an actual building of a church. My church is the body of Christ. I actually preach to people all over the place, not just in a building.
And do they
So,
give
no, I don't
donations?
collect
Do
fees.
they give in
No, they
donations? Never.
No, I don't.
You
I
don't. You don't
take-
go around with a little
People-
bowl asking for donations.
So, first of all, that's what pastors that run actual churches do, like inside a building. I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't run an actual building church. My pastoring
Wait, so you're
is
technically
running-
not a real pastor?
Okay, so Parker. Let me
I mean,
explain
wait.
something.
What do you consider a pastor?
Parker. You know not all pastors are actually running a building church, right?
Are you
they
like
don't
a-
always have to be in a building, right?
Well, I guess it just depends on how you define pastor.
It also
So what do you
depen-
mean by pastor?
It also depends on your walk of
So-
faith. Because if you're a Catholic or
Hold on,
Orthodox,
hold on,
hell
hold on.
no.
So I'm a Southern Baptist, and two, the church is not a building. The church is the body of Christ. Where 3 or more are gathered, I am there. So you don't have to be inside a.
Oh, so you just like
building
you just
to
like preach
actually
to your
preach.
friends?
You know, can
I'll
I
preach
be?
to anybody who wants to hear the
Can
word of
I
God.
think that you're a false preacher because I think a real preacher of
I
God.
don't care. I honestly
I don't think a real preacher of
honestly
God would celebrate the Confederacy, the rebels, the traitors.
So, okay, so you can have your opinion. That's fine, Parker. I really don't care.
I have a question.
I don't care about your opinion.
Was
and it actually
Robert
means nothing to
what?
me.
Was
that was Dean.
What are your thoughts on Robert E. Lee?
I think Robert E. Lee was a great soldier, but he was a quitter.
Because he conceded to the North?
Because he gave up the fight, even though he didn't really have to.
That was like
so-
the only good thing he did in his life.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm
That's-
sorry.
that's-
Wait, hold
that's
up.
your
Wait,
opinion.
do you think the Confederacy should have won?
Well, considering the fact that if the Confederacy had actually won, you
No.
would not be paying all the taxes that you do in this country, now would you?
Wait, so you think the Confederacy should have won?
I think that if things had gone differently, because the main reason why.
I want you to answer. It's a direct question. Do you think the Confederacy should have won?
You're not gonna manipulate me into answering the way you want me to. I'm gonna answer the
yes
way
or
I
no
want
question.
to. No, it's not a yes or no question. I'm going to explain
Okay,
my
go ahead.
answer.
Please have your wife turn off that TV. Turn it down.
You know what? If you say anything like that again, I'm just gonna get out of here because I won't let you disrespect my family again.
Wait, I'm not trying to disrespect her.
She
just happens to be the one watching the TV, and she offered to turn it off.
I don't care. It has nothing to do with you.
Okay, I just wasn't trying to be. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
Listen to me, Dean.
She just happens to be the one that's watching it, controlling the remote, and offered to turn it off.
Listen to me. I'm not gonna have you tell anybody.
I apologize if that came off.
Somebody's home. What to do?
I apologize if that came off like have
listen,
the man control
Dean,
his wife to do something. I apologize if it
Dean,
came off like that.
Dean, this is the second time that I have been in your live stream, and you have ended up being disrespectful.
You're like actively trying to explain why you think the Confederacy should have won the Civil War. You're not one to talk about disrespect, and I think every single black person watching this stream would absolutely agree with me here. And not to say that white people wouldn't, but just specifically to say you are actively calling for the for the South to rise again, right? And I bet specifically the black audience of this live stream has something very, very strong to say against that.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Actually,
it's disrespectful for you to say that
you
not even be able to say that the Confederates should have lost. Like seriously.
If you would actually, Parker, if you would actually shut up and let me explain, I will.
I did. I've been be quiet. Go ahead.
No, you didn't because every time I try to explain, you freaking interrupt me like the little boy you are.
Go ahead, old man.
I'm much older than you and much smarter than you, actually. Thank you.
I don't know about that one, bud.
I do, because I've actually seen your light and his light.
Really? Okay, how many branches of government are there?
Yeah. Why do y'all ask such ignorant questions?
Well, I'm just
what
asking.
What does that have to do with the conversation
How many branches of government are there?
What does that have to do with the conversation at hand?
Do you not know the? If you don't know the answer, you can just say that.
Listen to me, Parker. Stop trying to manipulate me.
Oh God.
I'm not manipulating you by asking you how many branches of government there are.
I'm gonna tell you this one more time, Parker. Shut up and let me talk.
That was disrespectful. Apologize.
How disrespectful?
That was not disrespectful. I'm literally getting tired of being interrupted when I'm in your live stream. And when you ask me a question, expect me to answer it, but you don't give me a chance to answer it.
Go ahead. How many branches of government are there?
I'm not going to answer that question because it's not relative to this conversation.
Well, you said you were smarter than me. I just wanted to ask you a basic question.
And I'm not answering your question for the simple fact
you don't know the answer?
It's irrelevant to the conversation.
Well, you said you were smarter than me.
You're not going to manipulate me, Parker.
I'm not manipulating you.
Yes, you are. And it's not going to happen.
If I am manipulating you, does that mean I'm smarter than you? I'm just able to manipulate you?
I'm done because you actually don't want to have a conversation. So.
No, I was rage bait. I was rage bait. Come on, man.
Wait. Can I thank my? I'm gonna go to put you on mute. There's a couple people who have sent donations. I have a lot of people to thank, but the first person I want to thank is Elizabeth, who just sent $5 on Venmo saying, "Redneck pastor, Jesus was a brown refugee. The man." Oh, my sister's calling me. Sorry, sister. I'm going to have to call you back in a second. Elizabeth with the $5 says, Redneck pastor, Jesus was a brown refugee. The man you're defending would instantly call ICE and cage him, my dude. How can you be a Christian and support Trump? Zach with a $15. Keep in mind, I'm just reading off Zach's message, not necessarily stating that I agree with the contents of this message. Zach with a $15, appreciate you for the love, says, guest's sister wife offered him to turn it down. Put this traitor in check, Dean. So the sister wife thing, very disrespectful, but thank you for the $15, Zach. Jared, thank you for the $1 who says he's not a pastor. Southern Baptists can just say they're pastors. Southern Baptists can just say they're pastors, and that means that they're pastor. Yeah, apparently everyone's a pastor. Brandy with a $1. Thank you so much for the love. Jessica with a $10. Appreciate you so much. Jessica says, I wanted to thank you all for standing up for girls and women. My daughter is 12 and started a debate class along with her friends. Yo, shout out to your daughter. I think that's awesome. That's great. Thank you for sharing that with me. Merry Christmas, Jessica. Thank you for the $10. Cassandra, thank you for the $10, who says, today was the best Christmas special I've ever watched. Love what you do. Appreciate you. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed the Christmas special, right? Thank you for the $10. Merry Christmas, Cassandra.
Peen Christmas special.
Yeah, I'd also like to thank Kimberly for the $25. Thank you so much. Kimberly with the $25. Let's get 2 left. Let's get 250. Kimberly W says, I'm so sick of hearing people say that they don't support him as a person, but they do support him to run the country. What kind of craziness is this? Isn't that them supporting him? They kept him from serving time for his felonies. It is absolutely them supporting him. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'd also like to thank Alexandra for the $10 over on PayPal. He says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Nathaniel, thank you for the $10, who says, ask Isabella if she'd be okay with her family / friends Grapus becoming the president or CEO of her job. She would probably say no, and then she'd be a hypocrite, obviously. Scott, thank you for the $25 on PayPal. He says, happy holidays to you and Parker. Keep up the good work in 2026 and beyond. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to yourself, Scott. Thank you for the $25. Then Dean, thank you for the $10. W. Dean's in the chat, who says, here's some sweet bot cash. Merry Christmas, sir. Keep up the good work. Yo, thank you. Merry Christmas to yourself. Molly, thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal. He says, please read, if Brock has turned liberal, consider me interested. Jesus Christ. Stephanie, thank you for the $15, who says, hey, this is for you and Parker. I've watched y'all for quite a while. I don't ever comment or send anything. I haven't even voted because I wasn't into politics until recently. 33 female, by the way. You guys have helped me understand what side I'm on and how to debate others. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that we've been able to help you become more politically active, Stephanie. Thank you for the love. Show some love to Stephanie in that chat. As well as Nicole, thank you for the $11. Robert with a 5. Gordon with a 5. Thank you. Then we have a bunch of people to thank over on Venmo. Shannon, thank you for the $20. He says, Merry Christmas. DNC dues for the grift. Thank you for supporting the grift and Merry Christmas, Shannon. Elizabeth, thank you for the $25 on Venmo for fighting the good fight. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. You guys are so kind. Jude, thank you for the $5. Jared with the $2. Then Carissa, thank you for the $25 over on Venmo. And Victoria with a 50. Carissa with a 25 says, Merry Christmas. Me and my daughter are huge fans from New Hampshire. Yo, shout out to you guys. Then Victoria with a 50. Show some love to Victoria. That is so kind. She says, Merry Christmas. You're educational and entertaining with quote unquote Phil and Beavis and Butthead. Where do I find you on Discord? The join code is my name. It's just Dean. Thank you for the $50. That is insane. And then Bethany, thank you for the $25. Who says, Merry Christmas. Thank you for what you do and continuing the good fight. Merry Christmas to yourself, my friend. Linda with the $20. Who says, Merry Christmas. Thank you for standing up for democracy. I'm so proud of young people like you. Oh, thank you, Linda. Lillian with the $5. Jamie with the $5. Brianna with the $4. Chandler with the 5. Alex with the 10. Thank you, Alex. Andy with the $2. Jackie with the $5. Morgan with the 5. Ben with the 5. Cassandra with a 5. Thank you so much for the love. And then Cassandra with a 10, who says today was the best Christmas special ever. Wait, I actually already did thank you a little bit ago. Then Emma with a $5 saying 10 out of 10 on the Peen Christmas special. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Darlene with a $5. Thank you so much. Mary with a $25 who says this is Coolest Mimi. Merry Christmas. Coolest Mimi, I literally fucking love you. You are the stream's official grandma. Show some love to Coolest Mimi down below in that chat. She's like 80s, possibly, I'd argue. And she is always watching, and she has been for years at this point. Mary, all the love in the world to you. Merry Christmas, and thank you for the love. I'm actually pretty sure that she told me this a while ago. She had her grandkid help her figure out how to use Venmo just so she could support. And this was like a year ago. I love Mary so much. So all the love in the world to you, Mary. I hope that you enjoy your Christmas. And peace and love, my friend. Then Cassandra, thank you for the $20, who says, Merry Christmas to my favorite debater, sending love. Oh, Merry Christmas, Cassandra. Thank you for the $20. And Ivy, oh my God. Thank you for the $111 over on Venmo. Holy shit, Ivy. Ivy with $111 says your commitment, perseverance, and sacrifice of sanity to changing the minds of MAGA is a literal Christmas miracle. Happy holidays. Your streams are the highlight of my day. Also, hope you use this for both you and your girlfriend. All the love. Ivy, you have shown so much love and so much support. Thank you for your kindness. And I will use that on me and my girlfriend. I'm thinking, I kind of want to like take her on a little bit of a Christmas trip. And, you know, obviously that's not happening tomorrow's Christmas. So I'm thinking instead that we're going to do like maybe like a New Year's trip or something. Get out of the house, go skiing. You know what I mean? even though skiing has been ruined by the ruling elite class and is just so expensive now. I think that's what we're going to do is like have a fun little trip. Take advantage of the fact that my dad lives in the middle of the woods, but so happens to not be too far away from Telluride, and maybe go skiing up there. Take a couple days. Thank you for the love, Ivy. And then Elizabeth, thank you for the $5. Zach, thank you for the $15. Who says guest sister wife offered to turn it down, put this trader in check. Oh, I already did. Thank you. Thank you so much, Zach. You guys are awesome. Oh my God, I love y'all so fucking much. You guys are just awesome. And then actually one other person, Ebot, thank you for the 500 Norwegian currency units. I don't know what they're called. Thank you so much. Ebot says, Merry Christmas, or Good Jul from Norway. I still can't understand how people don't understand what Trump and his people are doing. They are using the presidential power to enrich themselves, and it is totally sad that they don't see that. Yeah, I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle, right? Maybe, Trump will, well, I can't say that. You could fill in the blank. Y'all know what I was about to say.
You're going to get clipped, bro. Stop.
Wait,
stop,
okay, I'll
stop.
just say it. I'll just say it then, so I don't want to get clipped. That Trump will, step down from office. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
So,
be impeached? Oh, yeah.
So, Trump will be impeached. I guess I don't know why I said I can't say that. I guess I can say that. I really hope that, maybe Trump will be impeached. So, yeah, then Anima, thank you for the $10. Thank you. He says, I'm hard of hearing.
Yeah, I was like, you phrased it that way, and I was like, you're going to get clipped, bro.
Anima with the $10 says, I'm hard of hearing and lives are not captioned. Redneck quote unquote pastor is an awful human. His unique voice is the only reason I can understand him with the awful TV. Well, I mean, I really wish that there's something that we could do to have like live captions, and the moment there is, or if there's something that there is, I'd love to add them, to expand, access, to individuals that are hard of hearing, not to mention that like when it's like a debate and like people are speaking over one another, it's like, it just makes it even worse. It makes it even worse. But thank you guys for the love. Seriously, you guys have
On
been so
YouTube,
kind
there
today.
is. On YouTube, there is not for live streams, but for like the VOD after the case. You can. I'm pretty sure you can turn them on for that. I'm not quite sure though.
Okay. Hey Jordan, I didn't see this earlier. Thank you for the £8 over on PayPal. He says, Merry Christmas to you, Dean. I recommend you clear your TikTok's cache. Well, thank you for the love, Jordan. Thank you. And I'm sorry for not seeing that earlier. And then also Michelle, thank you for the $25 over on Venmo. Says happy holidays from your favorite veterinarian. Thank you so much, Michelle. And then Lindy and Jared, thank you for the $1. Lindy and Jared with the $10. Who says have fun skiing. I wish I could, but it'd be too dangerous for everyone else on the slopes. Yeah, man, I love skiing. I fucking love it. I love it so much. Parker, what are your Christmas plans?
Just going to go see family. That's it.
Nice.
My sisters are out of town, so it's just gonna be me and my parents.
Very nice. That's a whole lot of fun. Yeah, I have like, a split family, so tonight, and I've been doing this since I was born. Every Christmas Eve, at my grandparents' house, we have a get together with food and wine, and even like a tradition of my family, at least when I was younger, and this is now true because my grandparents are raising a 9-year-old, and he's awesome. Is like, the kids get to open up like one of their presents on Christmas Eve. And that was always super fun growing up, because the excitement really builds up for Christmas morning. I mean, I'm sure that we all remember being, 12 years old and not being able to sleep that night because of how excited you were to maybe open something up on Christmas morning if you had that privilege. And, the way that we do it was, open it up the night before at the grandparents' house. So that's, it's a fun tradition, and we get to continue to celebrate that. Now, something else I actually wanted to touch on here real quick is I'm sure that, I don't know, I see this a lot. A lot of people on the right like to say that I got cooked by Nick Fuentes in the debate that I had with him a year ago. I actually wanted to point everybody towards an incredibly informative video that I saw today. This is a YouTube video by a creator named Rationality Rules, and they posted a 40-minute video. So far, it has 200,000 views, dissecting one of the debate topics that I went over with Fuentes. And it's titled How to Destroy Christian quote-unquote morality with One Question. So this is like an atheist perspective on Christian morality. If you're atheist, I mean, you'll probably enjoy it. If you're a Christian, I mean, it'll help you learn more about divine command theory and the philosophy surrounding these debates. But I mean, it's just a debate about, it's a video that Rationality Rules made surrounding my interaction with him. So it's a good video. It also points out how he got destroyed.
Can I thank a few people, by the way, real quick?
Yeah, Mike's ears, man. I'm sorry for not for speaking so much. I'm a
Oh,
yapper.
no, you're good. Don't worry. You're good. Anna, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's so nice. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much. Give some W's for Anna in the comment section. Scott, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much, Scott. I appreciate it. Happy holidays to you as well. Happy holidays and Happy New Year to you. Ruby, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I get you there. Thank you so much, Ruby, with the $10. I appreciate it. Thank you. Jeremy, thank you so much for the $20. Happy holidays to you. Thank you so much, Jeremy. I appreciate it. DeMarcus, thank you so much for the $5. Merry Christmas to you as well. Honestly, I was. Alexis, thank you so much for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you. Mary with the $50. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much, Mary. I appreciate it. Give me some W's from Mary as well in the comments. Benjamin, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's actually insane. I totally see that. Mary as well, thank you for the $25. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Mary. I appreciate it, the $25. Darling, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. I appreciate it. Ivy with the $111. Thank you so much, Ivy. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy holidays to you as well. Thank you so much. I definitely will. I can't wait to spend some time with my family. It'll be really fun. Marissa, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Oh, I would have to ask specifically. Emily, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $2. Happy holidays to you as well. Julia, thank you so much for the $5. Happy holidays. Thank you so much for the Parker X Dean Christmas show. And Jeremy, thank you for the $30. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Can we get some W's for Jeremy as well? Thank you. Thank you so much, Dean. I appreciate it.
Parker, I'm going to go to an end. Thank you for coming.
Have a good night, man.
And have a good rest of your day.
Have a good night, everyone. I will see everyone. I'll be live probably like 3:40 on this account. I love y'all.
See you, Parker.
Peace, bro.
There's 2 more people that I'd like to thank here before I hop off. I do have to hop off, though. Madison, thank you for the $25 over on PayPal, who says, happy holidays, keep fighting. I hope you're able to change more minds every day. And I hope that when Brock comes back, you're able to change his too. Well, thank you so much for the love. And then thank you for the $23, who says, Merry Christmas from Norway. Love to watch your lives, and the world needs more people like you. Thank you. And then Sarah, I just saw your message. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. And Mark, thank you for the $20. She says Merry Christmas. I have to say, I'm not even going to read that off. But Mark, thank you for the $20. Now, at this point, the clock has struck 3:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I have to hop off. Got to head over to the grandparents. Chat, I love you all. Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope that you have a great day tomorrow. Maybe I could find some time to hop on. I don't know, though. We'll see. And peace and love, guys. Bye, everyone.